We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
You are the greatest part of the bounty of Cain, and on your shoulders shall be his greatest sin. For alone among the children of Cain, I have asked the one above for forgiveness, and I have been visited by the worst of the one below's demons. Hello, and welcome to Baali by Night, here on the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. It's Tuesday night. This is our Vampire 5th Edition Chronicle. I'm your GM for the, storyteller for the evening, Jason from over at the Nerd Eternal Network. And joining me as usual will be Sarah playing Jolene, Eric playing Samuel, Decca playing Blackjack, Rap playing Maeve, and Duba playing Alexander. And when we left off last week, I believe we were in a mad dash. Well, y'all were in a mad dash. I'm quite calm about it all. But, let's see. I believe it was somewhere in the Greenbrier area, which means nothing to most of my players. But, it is an area technically still within the city limits. Huntsville's one of those cities that has these weird little snaking offshoots that follow along the highway. Down not too far from Mooresville, about halfway between Huntsville proper and Decatur. The Thin Bloods, several of the Thin Bloods were going to hide out somewhere else. They were supposed to be meeting up in that area. I believe it was Bree's group, the group that Jolene and Maeve had gone and fetched towards the end of last session, where they met the quote-unquote hippie.
Yes, hippie.
Who identified herself only as May. Nobody asked for her last name, apparently. But those two groups supposed to be meeting there, and also meeting up with Eddie, who had made his way back to town. And you got a panic call from Bree. She was basically running through the woods, trying to get to some... I think she said she saw some apartments in the distance she was trying to get to. Let's see. So anyway, she told you they had been jumped. She didn't know how they'd been tracked. They showed up where they were supposed to. Nobody should have known where they were going. And y'all were rolling out to try to save her and as many of the Thin Bloods as possible.
Yeah, we hadn't rolled out yet.
No.
Told the Scourge and...
We were in the middle of a party when it happened.
Yeah, we were in the middle of...
Oh, that's right. I knew y'all hadn't actually hit the road yet, but that's right. Because you didn't just grab the Scourge and let's go. We actually ended, I think, with y'all approaching the Prince.
Yeah. Yep, and...
How could I forget that specific scene?
Not so much just
the
approaching the
sheriff's
Prince.
number and...
Yeah.
Well,
It's more of the Scourge parting all of the kindred as he marches right at the Prince.
And that's right. It wasn't y'all approaching. It was the Scourge and Jolene, Queen of the Thin Bloods.
Yes.
3 sessions ago, I'm not the Queen of the Thin Bloods. Now,
I'm
well,
on her
actually,
Baby, I'm not giving you drinks yet.
I believe the Prince had stopped whatever it was he was talking about. Travis, you have some business? And Travis just turns and looks at Jolene.
Right then?
Some of the Prince just looks curious, mildly curious, because That's generally, unless he's angry about something, his emotions are generally mild, at least to the outside appearance. Some of the Primogen behind him, his wife looks less than happy. Grandmother Dorcas and what's the Tremere's Primogen's name?
Alejandro.
Excuse me, I meant Malkavian. Slight difference, I guess. David.
Mad Mooney? Wait,
Chatham.
wrong game.
They both, him and Grandmother Dorcas both just look curious. Miles, who leaves the Toreador, has a slightly disgruntled look on his face. Truthfully, you get the impression it's kind of towards both of you, Jolene. It's like you don't think he cares much for the Scourge either. And then Abla's father, who was not sitting with the Primogen exactly, but is up on the stage to one side. He did come in with him, as he's got a sort of
Adjacency.
yeah, I'm trying to think of
Arif.
Arif, yes. Thank you. I knew it was Arif.
I remember. I remember one of the major points of what happened, or one of the things that happened is we had mentioned what happened, and you know some of the kindred were like, oh, it's just Thin Bloods, who cares? And then I remember yelling, because I said, all beat their ass, and a lot of them were like, yeah, we should beat their ass.
They invaded our city. Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea.
Arif looks very.
Baali,
Arif looks very concerned. Like he's expecting bad news.
He just kind of gently pats June's hand, unhooks her arm from her elbow, takes kind of a step protectively in front of her, gives a little deep bow of her head. My prince, honored Primogen, esteemed guests of the Huntsville. My brain just blanked. Of the Huntsville. What's the domain? Lean's brain went blank. That's just my brain. I've received a call from one of the Thin Bloods. Both of the parties of Thin Bloods, some which we had just recently brought back into the town, have been attacked.
Where at?
You said it's Greenville?
Greenbrier.
Greenbrier. I gave the young lady that called me this sheriff's number, and she should be contacting him immediately.
Charles glances over at the sheriff. He makes a motion to a door, and one of his, probably one of his ghouls, because none of the deputies are here tonight. Basically comes power walking in. You don't run in a situation like this, but very quickly comes in and hands him his phone. But you don't have that sort of thing up on stage with you, you know.
Just out in the audience.
My phone.
He checks it. Jolene, what is the woman's number?
She will, very quietly enough that one of the folks on the stage, well, it's vampires, she'll rattle it off.
You know it's a burner phone anyway.
Yeah.
She tried to call about a minute ago. He dials it. Or hits the, call back. And he sits there for, what would clearly be several rings where he just kind of shakes his head at the prince. He keeps it to his ear, but he's like... Charles turns back to you. Did she say who was attacking? Or do we need to even ask?
Considering the previous attacks, I would suspect it is the Baali.
There's a little rustling in the crowd. People talking in the crowd.
Beat their ass!
Trying to remain professional in front of the entire group.
Samuel just pinches the bridge of his nose a little bit.
Babe is gonna step next to Blackjack and elbow him.
Once I get Sparkle free, it's over for you hoes.
Prince Deshler doesn't respond really to Blackjack's outburst at all. Oops. Hang on just a second. I realized I forgot to pull up the chat.
You know what? I did too.
Got to pull up the... Yeah, right. Now that I've disrupted the flow significantly. So if anybody has said anything that I didn't respond to by now,
Now
my
you know
bad.
why.
We're good.
Feel like there's too many people that own yet.
Get right at the last 10 minutes.
I'll elbow Babe back and be like, listen, if they're feeling something for the Thin Bloods, maybe that'll get them to, not be cunts about it.
But right now is not the time to be doing
Now
it.
is the perfect time.
Maybe to you. But right now it
Yes.
is not at the perfect time. You said your piece earlier. Leave it be.
Suddenly the sheriff stands up. He steps
Tries
up.
not to jump.
He steps up to Charles and hands him the phone. Yes, this is the prince. Where are you at? Stay
Can't he refer to
there.
himself as the prince on the phone?
You're right. He wouldn't make that mistake. I made it.
Masquerade shit going on right now.
I'll say as everybody just goes.
Right?
You're right.
Well,
That's
we were supposed to be careful about this shit.
What a shitty example you're setting.
Samuel has been.
no.
lying
He's proving
us.
to you why it's dangerous to use phones. You're right. He just says this is Charles Deshler. Then ask, where are you at? Stay there, we're on our way. Check, let's see. Send a short message to this phone every few minutes. I don't know what an emoji is. Oh, that'll be fine, yes.
The shit emoji like every 2 minutes.
Every few minutes you just get the poop.
It's the little devil with the two fangs.
There's a little panicked face like slapping the side of his face and screaming, isn't it?
Little vampire
Yes.
face every 2 minutes.
He hands the phone back to the sheriff. Let's see. Abram, Travis, you're coming with me. Jolene, I assume that your coterie will be coming as well.
I know I will. I can't speak for everyone in my code group, but I would assume.
I'm the prince, though. I can't speak for them. Your coterie will be coming with us.
Yes!
Prince commands. She looks at June. Might I leave her in the care of someone here?
Absolutely. any harm that
Stand
comes
up.
to her tonight, I will look at it as an attack upon myself.
Looks over at June. No better protection than that for you tonight, sweetheart.
Jeanette, come here. You're watching her tonight.
No!
What's that gnarly tattoo you have? Don't worry, buddy.
Well, she's already tattooed. She's half blood.
Yeah, all the thin bloods have
Thin blood.
the one little. This is not Harry Potter. But thin blood's not half blood.
She's a half-blood. I mean,
So if you were a thin blood Tremere, but so who did Jolene have in mind as babysitter?
She knows that Abla and her folks are probably going to be called into this. Scourge is probably going as well.
But he'd already met Travis by name.
Yeah.
If Jolene looks like she's actually having to think about it for a second,
Look over at Grandmother Dorcas. Like,
you see a reef.
I-
You see a reef kind of make it just the slight little hand gesture.
she gives him like a very deep nod of respect and motions June over there. This gentleman will be your guard tonight until we get back. He was with the folks who were with earlier this evening.
She goes over and she doesn't get up on the stage, but he kind of gestures for her to stand on the off the stage, but kind of next to him.
Gives him kind of like another deep bow of respect, like you have my hat or axe, something.
And my
I'm-
bow.
I'm getting you a plant later.
I'm suddenly picturing you getting him a cactus. Then I'm thinking, do Middle Eastern deserts have cactus? Or is that just an America's thing? I don't know.
Night blooming jasmine, probably. Anyone she's gonna get a plant for gets like a night blooming plant.
Yeah. Samuel's got a small garden now at this point.
No shit.
Yeah.
Arif also calls out to Charles, my prince, the two of mine could definitely be of use if the potential is combat. And Charles nods his head, and you see the not Abla, but the other two,
Bruce
Bruce and Anya.
Oh,
I have a Rolodex, it's fine.
I need to put all of that on one page, but then there's so much on that one page that I still sit there and can't find it.
You wouldn't be able to read it, yeah.
that's an Excel document.
That's what I do.
Google contact.
Fanny, why?
Mom, I am blackness.
These are not trees.
Betrayal.
He moves like a cat in the dark, and then he is the darkness.
Yep.
Dude, we got a big think of greenies for them.
Gimme.
That is
Throw it
pretty
across the
much
room
our
so that.
Yeah, what you do is you set that in the corner, and then the cat goes over to the corner trying to figure out how to open it.
Oh, that's what we've been trying to. Come here.
He'll figure it out. It's
Down
Vinny.
here.
He'll figure
Come
that
here,
out.
Get it. Right there. Get it.
Like that we're all going to combat and like well dressed.
I mean, Maeve is not so well dressed as she's dressed but comfortable. So, this is fine.
She goes for suitable.
Yeah, Samuel's going to go get his armor.
Yeah, Blackjack's going to put something on that's less constricting.
Just flex and pop all them seams. It won't be restricted anymore.
Just rip the sleeves off.
Choke somebody out with them.
Garrote wire with the sleeves.
Yeah.
As this group is moving towards the door, you see the gargoyles step away from their position at the walls, but the prince kind of gestures them back. They give him a nod and assume they resume their position.
Samuel will go, Travis,
Yes, Doctor.
how well do you like shotguns?
they're a little messy and they're a little noisy, so it sounds like a lot of fun.
Right. Would you like to use mine?
Is there something special about it?
There most certainly is.
We're gonna get along fine, Doc. Throws a hand over your shoulder as y'all walk out.
Yeah, it's the doctor has slipped into warrior persona, so he's in his soldier mode.
All right, so that they walk out, arm over shoulder.
Yeah, he'll
Travis
have,
talking about how usually I'm more into knife work, but this is more of a battle than a one-on-one combat.
Samuel will take him. He'll have him wait outside when he goes to his home. He'll change into his combat armor, basically the leather and the body gear. He'll get the shotgun loaded up fully with dragonfire rounds. Put more dragonfire rounds in the ammo bracing off to the side. He'll get his own silence pistol, and then he will take a few minutes to try to do the Lure of Flames ritual.
How long does that take you to do?
Not long. He just needs a burning coal.
If anyone else is going, Jolene's gonna hitch a ride and try and really quick go by the Primrose to grab a couple potions from the fridge.
Yeah.
No, Babe will take her there.
Either or, yeah.
He
Whoever's by it.
yeah, he left a smoldering, a sort of like out but still smoldering fire before we came to the Elysium, so he still has the coals and the ashes.
Okay.
So he just needs to pluck one out, put it in his blood, see if he can absorb it.
Okay. If there's no time restriction on that, particularly,
There
go
isn't.
ahead. Because it's taking a few minutes for the Prince, for everybody to get vehicles together and whatever weaponry they're going to take.
Blackjack, just
Okay.
whole thing off.
Frenzy was a success. And
Yeah, I'd say 5 successes is pretty successful.
yep.
Ooh, look at that.
Maybe you failed all the frenzy checks you have to.
Oh,
4, 6, 7,
That's a
8.
lot of
That's 3 tens.
Okay, so that's 5. Yeah, that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I don't
That's nice.
think in rituals, I don't think bestial criticals or anything particular.
Well, this isn't a bestial critical anyway. It's a critical success. And I didn't.
Oh, that's right. It's not hungers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 3 10s on my normal dice.
That's right. Your hunger dice is the one that didn't get a success, or one of the ones that didn't get a success. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, that's just pure awesome. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do extra successes do anything for the ritual though?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not unless you want to rule it as such, as it's just an exceptionally well-crafted coal or something.
you get
That'd
2
be- that'd be-
charges on it instead of 1.
Well, that'd be up to storyteller discretion. But
No. It's already giving you aggravated damage, so that's pretty impressive.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So I do have the coal that he will bag up, put away. Then he will go outside, and he will hand the shotgun over to Travis.
He takes it, looks at it. Make sure it's currently loaded.
Those are loaded with dragonfire rounds.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd done something sorcery to it, but
Well, it can withstand dragonfire rounds.
that's better than nothing.
Normally it would melt the barrel.
Yeah. After a few shots. I mean, it'd probably get us through the night, but
Well, that will withstand consecutive fire, so to speak.
ooh. I hope I don't forget to give this back to you.
Well, if you do forget to give it back to me, I know who to go find.
Yeah, but I have a shot.
He smiles at you with a really happy smile, but there's something predatory in it.
Travis.
Like he's wondering if that might be fun.
Travis, I like you. You're fun to be around, but let's not recreate the old hatreds between our clans unnecessarily, shall we?
Alright, I guess. You are less... You are less
We do
stuffy
have
than most of the Tremere.
We have a war to win, after all.
And Julian still needs to ask him why the Waffle House phone number was in his damn phone.
Well, you don't have time right now because if you and Maeve want to get to the Primrose and catch up with everybody else, y'all had to take off right away.
No,
Yeah.
no. Like, at the end of this, like, they're all standing there. She's gonna be like, why the hell do you have my work number in your phone?
It's just a shawarma scene from the Avengers. You're like, wait a
It's at
minute.
the Waffle House.
The battle with the Baali's over. All of us at the Waffle House, like all the high-ranking kindred just at the Waffle House. And Jolie's sitting there, just like.
Everybody's got waffles in front of them. Nobody is eating.
Now.
That's exactly like that shawarma scene. Basically, is they all had it in front of them, but nobody ate.
No, some of them are eating.
Chris,
Just looking
Chris
like,
Evans
"You
didn't
have
eat
the
because he had a
weirdest
beard
friend."
grown out and had a prosthetic on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest did eat. Scully, what are you trying to eat?
Well, these people might be eating, but they'd be eating the wait staff at the Waffle House.
Stop trying to
Fair.
eat things on the floor, ma'am.
Linda's just
Not
like,
for
"You have
you."
the
Yeah.
weirdest friend."
But yeah, then he would bring out the speed demon bike and just rev it up and get it ready to go. I look forward to fighting alongside you this time, Travis. This will be fun.
Travis slings the shotgun over his back and gets on the back with you.
This will work. He doesn't care. If there's anyone you want at your back in a fight, it's the damn Scourge.
All right, Blackjack, what are you doing? Or
Going into battle bare chested.
so you're taking your fancy shirt and jacket off, so you
No,
He ripped it off.
He's ripping it off.
Just hulks out.
It was too constricting, so he's like,
he just rips it off and leaves it on the.
Spent 30 minutes trying to find that damn shirt.
He will put it in the bin respectfully. I'll get another one. It's fine. Now we know my measurements.
Well, she's not there anyway.
Yeah, mentally in the distance, like Spidey senses are like,
She's like, he ripped his shirt!
fuckery has a foot.
So,
Those jackets.
Alexander, what are you
Yes,
what are you doing to prep?
That's a good question. He probably would have go before Samuel would have departed and left and whatnot. He probably would have came to him to see if he could bump up his arsenal besides just having his rinky-dink pistol.
He does have a rifle.
I mean, that's fine.
That's about all I can have without taking the armory perk for the Haven. But yeah, he does have a rifle.
All
I
right.
I
mean,
mean, we're in the South, dude. How many guns could we technically take before we need the armory perk?
well, now that I think
She has
about
a
it,
point.
well,
mean-
no. Now that you say that, I have to stop and think because. I mean, I technically have 2 points in hidden armory.
You been holding out on us, buddy?
So yeah, you have a considerably larger chunk of armaments than I do.
I mean, technically, Maeve has 1 point in hidden armory, but none of you guys know where she lives, so...
I don't think anybody knows where Alexander lives either.
I mean, except for Colin, but...
So
Alexander
yeah,
just pulled out a
both
desert
of you have more weapons than I do. So get your own shit.
She
Now,
has her
I had to think
pistol on
about-
her.
I had to think about that, so yeah, no, Alexander's gonna slightly arm himself to the teeth.
Shows up with a
Slightly.
fat boy.
I'm just imagining him rolling up in like an M1 Abrams, just like sup.
So Alexander
We were
bum
going to war, bitches.
Alexander bums a car off of somebody so we can drive back to his haven right quick.
And Maeve actually might stop and grab
How about this?
a rifle for whoever needs it.
Yeah, if someone wants to give him a ride back to his haven, he'll allow it this once to see where it is.
Blackjack will do it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. As y'all eventually all meet back up at the country club. As you arrive, you see Prince Deshler standing out front. He has taken off his jacket and his tie. The first few buttons of his shirt are undone. And he's barefoot.
Tastefully.
If it works.
It does. Feel that earth on your toes.
And he is talking to Colin. There's a lot of other people clustered around outside. Well, Colin was at the.
I was at it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the.
there.
He was at the
Oh,
Elysium.
He was.
Yeah.
Maeve didn't have
He
a
was.
chance to speak to him, but she saw him.
I'm just waiting on the point where like Samuel's sire shows up and he's just like pretty much dropping down like Thor with the path of lightning. Just...
We can't go any further than that. Led Zeppelin to us.
It'd be funny though.
It would be funny until Twitch did something to us, and then we'd have to deal with Heath.
Yeah.
What did you do to my channel?
we all just went,
Appropriate reaction.
we all just started screaming.
Sorry, we come from the land of the ice and snow.
Literally.
I mean, yes, actually.
Anyway. So everybody's loading up. Because as you pull up, the Brat Pack is standing around outside, staring daggers at any of you they notice.
Maeve just kind of flips them off.
Jolene's in such a mood, she just kind of squares shoulder and stares right back, like, what?
Honestly, Samuel kind of is too. Like if they give him a glare, he just gives them a very flat, like typical Tremere look. Like you have something to say.
Maeve is gonna go to Colin and the prince and wait till they're done talking.
They seem to finish up as you're approaching.
Look at Colin, be like, "Are you coming with us?"
No, the prince has asked me to stay here in case this is some sort of diversion.
She gives him the keys to the house. If something were to happen to me, here you go.
It's yours now.
He takes the keys.
Make sure Vincent's good. As he jumps on my desk.
Yeah.
I heard my name!
Make sure Vincent's good. Bad.
Oh, your poor ghoul dog is named after a cat. Oh. As bad as one of my dad's clients. He's got this little bulldog, little like miniature bulldog, cute little thing, named Leo. Why would you name a dog after a cat? It's just insulting. He'll be made fun of by the other dogs at the obedience school.
That might explain Vincent's temper tantrums in the game. He was named after a cat.
Anyway, Colin takes the keys from you. He tells you, "I'm sure you'll be fine. You're going with a large force, and I know your coterie will have your back."
Yeah, but if I have to take a couple more fireballs to the face, that might not happen.
Oh, she's not there.
Colin probably doesn't know she took a fireball to the face.
More fireballs to the face?
Yeah, we'll talk about that if I get back.
Perhaps I should speak to the prince one more time. Only as he says that and starts to turn, the prince is still within earshot and just turns and just looks at him. Or perhaps not. One must know what lines not to cross.
She shrugs. She's like, "Listen, I took a fireball to the face before with the fight with them. I mean, I'm good. But if I have to take a couple of more, it might not be so good. I need to make sure
And you can see that he's
Yeah.
really giving you kind of the once over to see if he can see any burns or any scarring.
Yeah, she kind of moves to show where the healing, like the rest of the burns are. It's like,
Because you're not quite back up to full yet, are you?
I need one more night, and
Oh.
I'm good.
So does
Um,
Samuel.
So she's like, it was a lot worse 2 nights ago. So,
All right.
I mean,
So y'all hit off.
I want to see what Alexander pulls out of his fucking secret arsenal.
Oh, that's right. What
Yeah.
does Alexander pull out of his secret effing arsenal?
That depends to storyteller's discretion. What can he pull out of it? Out of a two dot hidden armory?
Are there particular things you can pull out of it?
And did you
As
bring enough to
per
share
the
with the
book.
whole class?
well, all it says is each dot in this merit adds a stand of arms to your haven supply, 1 pistol and 1 long firearm with ammunition. So,
Okay,
So, I
so
mean,
a pistol and a long fire.
Yeah.
but you'll have like 2 of those.
Yeah,
He'll have
essentially
2 of each.
yeah. So two good rifles and 2 pistols.
Just dual
You
wield
see
the
him-
rifle.
Just
Like,
pull
come
out a
out.
rocket launcher instead.
Flamethrowers are technically legal in most states.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a hell of a roll to even use, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it
Yeah,
would
it
be.
would because I'd have to fight against being scared shitless, let alone
Just screaming in terror while you're firing. Like,
The trick is to aim and then look away as you fire.
I
But,
just have to do this.
Just close my eyes.
Now, the other thing with the hidden arsenals, of course, that it's hidden, so if somebody searched your haven, you know, it'd be hard for them to find
They
stuff.
would,
As opposed to Samuel's, it's probably just stashed in a closet somewhere.
Right.
Okay, so
Where'd you get all that?
contacts.
okay.
Looks
I mean-
me, I guess. Let's go.
Maeve is gonna
Just, like,
quickly
bare
run
chested.
to. Maeve is gonna quickly run to her haven, but like been parked around the corner,
Fantastic.
and we'll have ran with Wow,
Jesus, you did it again.
damn.
you're not allowed to roll anymore. You know this, right?
Yeah,
There goes all your luck.
that's
It's
true.
like,
My
stop. It's like stop rolling, damn it.
here's the thing. My blood potency just shot up to 4 because of that.
I mean, cheers, mate, but still.
Yeah.
More dice.
Let's see, you made your arousal roll, so you're not even hungrier.
Yeah, I'm not even hungrier. That is true.
Maeve will have grabbed her 2 pistols, a shotgun, and a assault rifle, in a big ass duffel bag, and would have put into the trunk of her car before heading back.
Alright.
Say I'm going
Jack's
to.
got his guns.
Would this still be considered the same scene with us heading there?
If you want to say you crush it while headed down there, that'll be fine.
Yeah, well, no, I was gonna rouse my blood since I can now add 2 dice to my stats because of my blood potency.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
I'll do that on the way,
That'll
and
be
then once battle joins, he's gonna.
On the way, I will also raise my my blood to for strength and activate prowess. If I can do both of those as I'm going.
Yeah. You've got several minutes of driving, so as you approach, y'all can start doing this stuff.
Sure.
So y'all head
Sure,
down
check.
565, which is the main route you take, like getting to Mooresville or Decatur.
So I'm burning all my luck right now, apparently.
Jesus.
I need you to stop, sir.
That's 7 10s tonight.
That means you got a whole lot of ones coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you've
Every
hacked roll
frenzy
20, one or the other.
check.
Yeah.
Every frenzy check.
Just wait till Saturday. It's gonna happen on Saturday.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright, so y'all head down to Greenbrier.
Mm-hmm.
And I said halfway between Huntsville and Decatur. It's probably a little closer to Decatur. Just a couple miles down from Mooresville. But now Greenbrier is technically its own little community. But like I said, you've got this weird sort of snaking city limits that kind of... All of you can see it on the map, but we've got to roll 20, but our viewers can't see it. I really need to make an adjustment where I can put up pictures sometimes. But anyway, so y'all are headed, for this kind of area right here. Like I said, it's technically in the domain. I think that's where the Bluebell Creamery is.
Wait, where is it at?
Yeah, actually, I think it is there.
And it's just a little off the highway. It's probably actually in the city limits.
Can you ping it
Get in
again?
after
Because I
this.
wasn't here to see where we're at. Over there.
Well,
Okay.
That white street there is probably the one y'all would take to get off the... That is also right around where the Target distribution center is.
Yeah.
Which is just another big something to be in the area. Lots of potential witnesses as that thing runs 24 hours a day. Even now in 2020, I believe it's running 24 hours a day.
Might be.
No Deca. No eating cars. You've eaten all the cars you need to eat.
Are we sure about this?
I've raised myself to the appropriate stats.
I mean, Oogie might be in the area, because she did give Bree... Well, she did give one of them Oogie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Poor Oogie.
God bless Oogie. And Cars, her one true love.
As they're driving, she's gonna, of course, rouse her blood. So. Yeah. And I could put the point anywhere, right?
Yes, I believe you can jack up any of your stats with it.
You know what?
Or at least,
Joanne's
for sure, any of the physicals.
If it's gonna
This-
last until they get their or once they get their Jolene's gonna down 2 of her potions.
She just put another point into brawl, like that's where the dot's going.
This caravan of cars pull up, get off the highway. You pass the distribution center. You pass the creamery. For the Prince's car that's in the lead, pulls over to the side. He gets out with a phone in hand. And from basically the drainage that runs up under the road right here. It's the big metal pipes. Brewery comes crawling up from under the road. She looks a mess.
Jolene's gonna kind of walk forward, because Riri.
She's climbing out. The Prince puts he closed the phone and tosses it back to the sheriff. For a second, it looks like Breery's going to run to you, and then she thinks better of it and addresses the Prince. Or looks at the Prince. Where were you? He asked her where were you meeting at? Did anyone else get away? Bree tells you, we scattered. I don't know they actually got everybody. I haven't seen anybody else. Nobody else has been answering their phones. Or responding to texts, I guess, which is probably what you'd say. And basically it was a couple of like side streets over where they were supposed to be meeting. There's an empty storefront there. They were meeting kind of to the side of it. Not a lot of not any houses around there that had like a direct view of the thing. The prince rattles off, and the sheriff and a couple of other people's cars pull off, and they go around to check that. Let's see.
Say Samuel's going to activate his heightened senses.
Okay.
Just to keep an ear out for things.
You notice Travis's head is kind of on a swivel.
Yeah, so's his.
He's a little more he's a little more business mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
He also seems to be wearing a motorcycle helmet that you don't remember handing him.
Just there.
It's definitely not one you own for sure. And you no longer see the shotgun.
Oh, ravenous.
Yeah.
Yes, the Ravenos never knew why the changelings liked them so much, but it's because their power is basically glamour.
Mm-hmm. The Ravenos are fun. Funny story, like, before I had, like, solidified Samuel's idea, I'd actually considered making a Ravenos that survived.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we would do for chemistry. You don't actually have rules for it in 5th edition yet.
Yeah.
So we could probably come up with something.
Probably easy enough to convert.
Most of it probably would be. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we did with the Path of Fire.
Yeah. Well, what we borrowed from somebody else.
Still.
And it hasn't stopped me from using him or some of the other oddball disciplines that have shown up.
Yeah.
You know, like the Baalis.
I do like the Ravenos, though. They're a fun bunch.
Especially once you got the revised clan book version of them that fleshed them out better instead of just being the stereotypical quote-unquote gypsy stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, once you got what they were doing, you know, in the Far East and stuff, it's kind of, it's neat. Also ties into Kindred of the East pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, 2 of their disciplines match up with what we have anyway, because they also have animalism and fortitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, yeah.
Well, pretty much all the clans have at least 2 of the kind of basic ones.
Yeah.
Elaine's looking up Bree, like, any word from Eddie?
No, we never saw him. I mean, we got a call from him. This is where we were supposed to meet, but then we never did see him.
We all arrived.
Beg pardon?
I said, have we all arrived?
Yes. Y'all were all there as like one conga line of cars.
Gotcha.
You've had a few cars peel off to go check the parking lot where they were supposed to be meeting at. The prince begins ordering some other people to kind of spread out in more or less a search pattern.
Maeve will let them know she does have a shotgun, an assault rifle, and an extra pistol in the bag she put down behind her car, but she wants them back. But they're free to use for those that actually cannot fight.
Bree goes and gets a pistol. She's like, I've shot rifles before, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, pistols I've stayed practiced up on. You know, as soon as I found out what a thin blood was.
Well, I'm ready to beat someone's ass.
And when you say that, Ruby looks at you. It's like the first time she's noticed that you're not wearing a shirt.
Button-up shirts are very constricting.
I'm not complaining.
Don't encourage him.
Deshler asks her, what vehicles they were in. She rattles off it's one of the black vans, and then there were a couple of it's a black van and 2 SUVs. She rattles off their colors. She doesn't remember the exact make or model. It was 2 different ones. She's pretty sure. As you're talking, you start hearing gunfire.
Which way?
From the guys that went over to the parking lot.
Running that way immediately.
You got the speed thing, don't you? Celerity.
No.
No, he just stopped.
Oh, that's right. Maeve does.
He's going at a healthy jog, but he's not very fast.
Let's say if we're all hearing that, does my heightened senses pick up anything else?
You hear some shouting. Let's see. And you hear the sound of open flame.
Alrighty. I have activated my feral weapons.
Right.
So.
Samuel blinks and well, there's either demons or Baali there with that fighting, because there's open flame.
Where's Blackjack? Because I know this because he ran off.
Nope.
Blackjack, as you're running off, you see the prince just kind of zip past you.
I guess we.
Go off.
And Maeve will also go running.
So Samuel will go
After
back.
hearing that.
Samuel will hop back on his bike. He's like, "Want to ride, Travis?"
He hops back on.
Jolene just kind of grabs Bree to keep at least them together.
Now, while all this is happening, Alexander is probably just standing there like, oh, alright. Cocks a rifle, goes to look for the closest rooftop. Well, everybody done left him.
Rooftop sniper.
Everybody done left him, so fuck it.
Maeve ran.
Blackjack's like 10
yeah.
feet away from you.
But I'd say as Samuel is going by with Travis on the bike, he'll look back. He's like, "Blackjack, stay with Jolene and Bree.
Alright.
They're heading that way anyway. You'll be fine."
You don't need a babysitter.
Yes, you do.
He's
Wait.
right. You kind of do, though.
Is Jolene armed?
Jolene's got prowess and lethal body rocking right now.
Yeah, but also target. So he wants somebody with her.
Yeah, they do know her by name.
Jolene's basically a mini-me right now.
So anyway, the two gang girls zip past you.
They zip past me and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then he tells me to stay with Jolene and Bree. I'm like, fine. Turn around that way.
You notice the prince, as he hits the shadow running past the building, he just seems to fade completely from view.
Show off.
Fucking cool.
Old vampires, that's what they do.
Maeve you can still see, but she's moving at a pretty good clip. You got what, 2
Same.
ranks of that?
I got 1.
Okay, in that case the prince is a
that's-
little faster.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say on
Prince
the bike.
probably
I
has
think Samuel's
3
keeping up.
or so.
The bike is also mostly staying on the road.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But,
But he's probably not far behind.
as you get there, you see the 2 of your side's cars have whipped into the driveway or whipped into the parking lot, and they've blocked the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not much of a ditch. They could easily just hop the little curb into a grassed area and get out, if they needed to.
Yeah.
It's one of the SUVs. They've got their doors open. A couple of them are firing from around it. You do see one standing kind of behind the SUV. He's as you pull up, he's generating another ball of fire in his hand.
That one dies first, Travis.
Noted. You see one of the sheriff's people with his shirt partially burned off and one arm kind of, obviously damaged. And another one is already across the road and is just running away as fast as he can. As you pull up, you realize it's actually the sheriff that's been hit.
Is how are Jolene and Bree getting there?
Running.
The same way Blackjack's getting there. Now, if Blackjack wanted to run back and get his truck.
No, he has to run back to them and then come on.
You weren't that far away.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Not at your running speed.
Yeah.
It's not
Just
slow.
jump in the back of the truck, like, let's go.
Now we're being raided.
Hey!
Blackjack is just jealous because Maeve ran faster than him.
Probably a little bit.
He's like, I
Blackjack
started
is
running
more
first.
jealous.
Everyone running ahead, I get made babysitter.
Hello, the elder people. Welcome to the fire show.
Literally.
So anyway, as y'all start to arrive, I mean, not Blackjack and all you, normal speed people.
Yep.
Let's see, Alexander, you've got the leap. So you're probably outpacing
Oh, yeah, no,
Blackjack as well.
Said he was
Just-
looking for Ruth.
Yeah.
Just
So you cross the street, you leap to a rooftop, kind of run, you're kind of bouncing from, it's a business
Yeah,
front, then it's a house.
he's just pretty much jumping.
And you fairly quickly make your way to the rooftop across the road from the empty storefront that the Thin Bloods was supposed to be meeting at. You see what's spread out before you. You see kind of what I've been describing. It looks like there's two kindred using guns at the SUV, and then the one that I said was producing fire in his hand. It's that same kind of green, sickly-looking fire that y'all have dealt with already.
Oh yeah, no, he sees the fire. He already knows what Samuel's going to be focusing fire on anyway, so he's getting that one in his sight first.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the threat. Yes, the other two could be a threat. The other ones could be a threat, but that one's a major threat.
Alright, so as y'all approach, out of the players, Maeve gets there first.
Sweet.
Samuel is not far behind. So as the first one on the scene, Maeve, what are you going to do?
She's gonna see whoever was throwing the fireball, right?
Yes, yeah. All of y'all that as you arrive see pretty much what I've described.
Right. Well, that's who she's gonna go after first, because she knows that's gonna hit hard and hurt. She's dealt with it once, so she'll deal with it again.
Alright, so you're just kind of sprinting towards him
Yeah.
through a hell of gunfire. And fire.
I have a question regarding feral claws.
Mm-hmm.
Could you theoretically use them to sever a body part?
Possibly.
Or is it more of a stab?
Well, it's a claw, so I mean, I guess you could describe it either way you wanted to.
Yeah.
But in theory, I think you could. And
Just,
that, that
I'm
may have
not-
been how she was. That may have been how y'all were taking off hands of some of these people earlier.
I am not suggesting anyone do anything. I am just putting it out there. I would never try to tell people how to play their characters.
Can't throw fireballs
that-
if you haven't
that-
got hands to throw them with.
I mean, that is a really good question. I just never thought of it. Thank you. I mean, because they are claws. I mean, hard enough, you probably could sever at least.
It's really
cut-
fucked up.
These enough to where they can't grip.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is where you grip it at. So.
By the same token, in a Fast and Furious fight, you know,
You're not
are
knowing
you going to
what
make
you're
your hits
going
more difficult by trying to get just the wrist?
for. No.
Go for the entire arm, just any of the arm.
Just scratch his face off. That's it.
Just can't fire fireballs if he doesn't have a brain.
All right, so as you go running across the street, they spot you. You hear one of them yell. Everybody, all three of them seem to focus on you.
That's fine for now.
The two with pistols are going to fire at you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 3 plus. All right.
And what am I
There's their
rolling for?
firearms. This will be Dex.
Survival?
Athletics is usually dodging.
Okay, athletics. Yes. Ah, 2. That's fine, I guess. I need my wits about me for that fryer.
All right, so that's 2.
It's a tie?
He got 3 successes,
Okay.
so you counteract 2 of them.
I take 1 superficial, I guess, right?
Yeah, the pistols, they're using heavy pistols, I think, which are plus 2 to weapon damage. So that'd be 2, and yeah, they're not using dragon breath, so it's regular bullet, so yeah, you'd have that. So yes, you're right, 1 superficial.
Awesome.
The other one is firing.
Hold on, let me see. What do I have here? So I have 42. And okay, let me do it again. Right?
Yes.
Or is it just the once?
Well, actually, would you do it again, or would it be the same?
It's your discretion, isn't it?
In this instance, since you saw all 3 of them turning to fire at you at once, let's just go with 1 roll, just to keep the rolling
Make it.
down. This guy only got 1 success, so you completely got out of his way.
Sweet.
And then the fella holding a little globe of fire in his hand. Let's see here. Let's see, Flames of the Netherworld. Alright. Oh, wait. Need 1 more of those 300 dice. Success. Success. Alright, so that's 3 successes. You knocked 2 of them off. So that is 1, and I believe this one does.
I have Divine Bane. So I'll activate that. I'll
Okay.
roll to get it going.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice check.
Pass it, so I'm not even hungry on that.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe that's going to be 2 points of fire you take.
Is it 2? Or did he roll 4 or 3?
Well, the ability, I believe, gives him a plus... Alright, he rolled 3 dice. You took off 2, so that's 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's essentially like the weapon damage for this attack. I think it's plus... Actually, it's plus 1. So yeah, it would just be the one fire damage you take then.
So then that turns it into superficial. So it's... Okay.
You have 2 more, I believe, from Defy Bane that you can reflect back. Or turn into superficial, rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, that is a ball of flame hitting you, so I'm going to need a
frenzy roll.
a frenzy check, yes.
This is,
You got this. You got this.
So frenzy is willpower and half of humanity, or put my whole humanity in and then it fixes that.
I
You
think
should just have a rouse button you can hit.
Just hit rouse instead of frenzy?
I mean, frenzy, excuse me. There should be a frenzy.
Well, it says 5 willpower, 5 humanity, but I have 4 willpower, 6 humanity, so it shouldn't matter. 10 dice anyway, right?
Yeah, though it should be. Why would it be? Go ahead and hit it and let's see if it gets what it does, and if it doesn't do the proper...
It rolled 6 dice.
Say it's willpower and a third of your humanity.
Alright, so her willpower is 4.
4. And then 2 if it's a third of my humanity. That is 6 dice.
And you said it rolled how many?
6 dice.
Okay, so it's doing it right. Alright.
Okay.
And I believe 3 successes is fine. Because this is not like a bonfire, full bonfire, though it is damaging you. But not sure how the Defy Bane would factor into the fear check on that. But your beast recoils from it, but you're in control. Even though those animal-like instincts are telling you to run.
I'm able to kind of keep it down.
Yeah. Your human side's in control. Your human side says, kill that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you end the round having gotten to them. So next round, melee combat will go first, so you'll get a chance to do something before they get a chance to shoot you again.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else was on site? Alexander, you're arriving on the rooftop. About the time you see Maeve run in, kind of dipping and dodging, and you see her take another fireball, but it doesn't look like it's done much to her. And she just plows right through it. You see that basically as you're landing. Oh wait, does he have his headset on?
Nope.
No.
All right, we will.
I just saw walk by in your camera.
Yeah.
Baby, put your headset on, please. They're talking to you.
I guess I've gotten used to Rap walking around with her headset on. So.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No problem.
I think he's charging his. That's why he's not walking with it on.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alexander, you are arriving on the rooftop just as you see Maeve charge through a hell of gunfire. She's dipping and diving and ducking and whatnot. But you see her take a fireball kind of full on. Well, not full on. It grazes her side. It probably damaged her son. It doesn't look like it hurt her much. And it doesn't slow up her charge towards them at all. So she's got, she basically ends the round having gotten kind of into the middle of them at the SUV. You see that as you land. If you would like to take a shot at somebody, you can do so. Or whatever else you want to do.
Oh no, he's essentially going to set up and as quickly as he can, but at the same time being careful and just line up a shot to open fire at the fireball user.
Okay, give me a roll.
Alrighty, going up. Is that going to be firearms and dex?
Yes. There's nobody attacking you or anything, so composure won't come into it.
Modifiers. So, please. Yeah.
All right, 1 success. He is completely unaware of your presence, so he's not really going to be making an attempt to dodge it. And you are using a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Is a rifle a +2 or a +3?
That is what I am checking.
I know a shotgun's +3. But
Probably +2.
A 308 rifle is +3. So yeah, we're going to go with +3. So that's 3 points of damage to him. Halved. He still takes 1. Superficial. Everybody's aware where you're at now, but other than that.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a bit annoying for them to try and hit me over here with pistols.
Actually, if you obfuscate.
So as that shot rings out, Samuel, you're pulling up on your bike. So you and Travis are kind of unloading.
yeah, he'll duck down behind the car and he'll focus on his senses to see if he can hear anything else other than these 3.
Oh, let's see.
Like they might be getting flanked, kind of a thing.
It's going to be interesting. Because you were still far enough away when the gunshot went off.
Yeah.
Give me a wits awareness.
Okay. Six successes. I hate how white these like pure white screens from Roll20 make my face.
It's like opening the fridge.
You're
Kinda,
pale
yeah.
and vampiric.
It's like I can put my hand like up here and you can kind of see me, and then take my hand away. Put my hand back.
The way Quentin has it on his stream when he streams on Thursdays, he somehow has like a night mode for Roll20. I need to ask him about that.
Yeah, me too. But anyway,
I've just got two umbrella. I've just got 2 umbrella lights that bleach me out more than Roll20 does.
yeah. I just typically tab over to like another screen, so it's not like.
Anyway.
6 successes.
All right, so 6 successes. You hear a heavy engine of a vehicle driving away.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of sight. You've heard plenty of cars. You could easily easily imagine it being an SUV.
Right.
You hear Blackjack, Jolene, and Bree running to catch up with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And Blackjack going, come on, hurry up. Sounding for all the world like he's afraid he's going to miss it.
Mm-hmm.
There's another vehicle coming down the road that y'all all parked on. Well, not you on the bike, but where most of the vehicles are parked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, with enhanced senses, and you can hear some of the traffic from the highway as well.
Mm.
It's too far away for most folks to hear it unaided, but
Yeah. Okay. So he hears 1 SUV or 2?
you hear one what you think is an SUV driving away. You hear some other vehicle on the road that y'all got here, or that y'all's vehicles are parked on.
Okay.
You hear highway noises. There's some wooded area, kind of off behind this storefront.
Mm-hmm.
You hear things moving around out there. Some of it probably typical little animal noises. Some of it sounds like people running.
Okay,
that's at the very kind of edge of what you can pick up.
right. He'll glance over at Travis like, sounds like there's people running that way. Sounds like there's another SUV that's fleeing the scene as well, or leaving the scene just from the sound of the engine. So we might have additional targets when we're done here.
He gives you a nod. His helmet's gone. He's unslinging the shotgun.
Yeah, and Samuel will reach to his pocket and crush the coal. Yeah, as his clothing starts to smolder before he just lights up in fire. It's like,
As soon as the smoldering starts, you see Travis take a couple steps away from you.
and then he just
He looks at you, and then he looks over at the Baali with some alarm.
he's like, oh, I'm making sure that one dies. And he'll just get up and just snap at him, at the fireball wielder.
All right, give me a roll.
Will do.
And he resists this with...
That is a critical hit, though.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're not quite done with those 10s after all.
Jesus.
Apparently not.
That's 6 rolls right there. Successes.
Technically 7 damage going out because of the +1 for the crit.
Do you have the Lure of Flames pulled up? What does he resist that with?
It didn't say. I'd imagine it'd be the same as, like, dodging the fireball.
Okay. We'll just go...
I'd imagine, anyway.
Let's see.
Or whatever it was you used last time.
I think it was... I think you're right. I think it was an athletics
Yeah.
dex thing.
Because the modified ritual didn't mention, like, what they dodge with kind of a thing in it, so I think we were just kind of home brewing that they were doing a thing.
Alright. So that is... He got 2 successes. That negates 2 of those.
So he'd still take 5 aggravated damage.
That's a lot of aggravated damage.
Mm.
Alright, 5 ag. He needs to make a frenzy check.
Samuel just Roy Mustangs the guy.
And that is his willpower, which is decent. And a third of his humanity, which is not decent.
Fair. I guess it depends on what kind of difficulty you're gonna throw at him for taking 5 aggravated damage.
5 is getting up. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Being burned is usually a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Though with that many well, yeah, we're gonna leave the check the same.
Fair enough.
Because you're getting, that's a really good roll, but you're getting damage for that. So
Yeah.
let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so and 1 for his humanity. No, it'd be
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a low humanity.
well if it's. I guess I'll round in favor. Generally, I'm going to round in favor of the players. So, wow, that's a lot of successes. He is in pain. He is not happy, but he is not fleeing in terror.
Mm-hmm. Feel like finishing him off.
Let's see.
He'll say that to Travis, since Travis is there too.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Before he does that, though, Maeve, give me another frenzy check. As this dude bursts into fire right in front of you as you're diving at him.
Three again.
Yeah, you're fine. You're like, oh, Samuel's here.
Samuel is doing things.
Well, your beast
Spontaneous
is like, we gotta get the hell out of here. And the Maeve party is like, oh, Samuel's here.
Yeah. How does most people respond to spontaneous combustions? Oh shit! You're sitting there going, "Oh, Sam's here."
Yep.
Wait for it to die down and claw.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But okay, so our Ravnos buddy takes a shot.
With the Dragonfire rounds.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the end of it because he got a lot of successes. Old boy's gonna dodge. That's pretty respectable. So that's 2. It's a plus. Oh, it's a so
+3 for that
He
12
got-
gauge shotgun.
he
though.
got 2. When everything's calculated, Travis got 2 successes. So that's 1 extra. So that's 1 damage plus the 3 for the shotgun. So that's another 4 aggravated. So that's 9 aggravated. This guy is taking.
Oh,
Is he even alive?
Fine,
Oh no!
fine.
Travis, he was on fire. He was badly damaged. He's still standing there. And then Travis's dragon breath rounds just, catch him and just remove kind of this whole portion of his shoulder. And there's more fire. And he drops to the ground, If he hasn't met the final death, he's definitely in torpor at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Misty cackling.
Me sitting here going, is Travis cackling?
No, Travis is sitting there going, "Oh,
Professional.
I'm in love. I'm getting one of these, and I'm getting you to fancy it up for me."
Will do.
It's the Mandalorian meme. I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah.
This is the way.
And suddenly, that's how the friendship between a Tremere and a Ravnos was born.
Speak each other's language. Fire and fire power.
Yeah.
All right, back over with Blackjack and the Thin Bloods.
Great band.
Y'all are trucking it. You hear a car coming up behind you. Or, well, y'all are off the road, but you hear it on the road.
Is it an SUV?
I thought they got in his truck, and he was driving his truck.
No.
I had
we were
suggested
just
that, but he just fell back and caught up with them, and then Usher hurried him on.
Fair enough.
Are they SUVs? Is it an SUV?
No, if you glance behind you, no, it looks like an older car. I mean, not freakishly old, but probably 10, 15 years old.
Is it
From
a-
from the 70s, perhaps?
I love that. Is it Uzi?
No, 10 or 15 years old does not take you back to the 70s.
No. I'm just asking if it, this is my coy way of asking if it's the hippie.
I don't know if you know what the hippie drives.
No. But I
Yes.
saw her.
Well, actually, you have seen her in a car. No, her car was
It-
4 or
Well,
5
if
years
she's
old.
using the same car, then yes. But
No, that's definitely not this car.
I
Oh,
just
can
kind
we
of like
flip it?
just do the double pump and see who's in there.
Uh,
just imagine this thing tries to run him over, Black Dick to Superman, and he's like,
well, like I said, y'all are off the road as this thing's driving by. Give me a wits awareness. Because it's dark.
I give one as well.
Yeah. Anybody that's there can. Well, the two of you that are there can. Brew's distracted by the, terror of going into a fight, so.
do it.
1 success. Bree is distracted by it. Like is reveling in it.
So.
You can tell it's a dude driving. You can't quite make out anything more than that. Jolene, Eddie is driving this car.
I wish Blackjack knew. Blackjack would eat the car actually.
Jolene will be like, "Where the fuck's Eddie going?"
Well, he's driving the same way Samuel did. You know, Samuel had to drive down the road and then down on the side road to get wherever y'all were going.
Not very far if I have my way, and I'm gonna go try to shoulder check the fucking car.
Well, it was even with y'all when y'all made y'all's check, so it's already past you. And we've established that you are not faster than a car.
No, I'm not.
Guess you're gonna need to put him.
We are going to pressure Blackjack into taking some celerity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no
At
kidding.
least
We're not.
a point into celerity just to be able to run.
You just need 7.
Oh.
Actually, is celerity a
Yeah, he had
Bruja
six, I
discipline?
think.
Is what I meant.
It's a celerity No, it's fortitude.
It's celerity.
I
No,
thought
no,
it
no.
was-
Celerity, potence, and presence.
I thought they had fortitude.
Jolene's
That was
just
the older
gonna
version, I think.
make a celerity
Might have been.
potion.
Might have been. Goodness knows, I've got a lot of the older version stuff.
I love that you like pulled all that up there when we started this. That's just like
Gotta have proper decoration.
absolutely.
Yeah, celerity,
Why have
potence,
those?
and presence. So. Blackjack
Though it
has
is
been
but a
paying
small fraction of the
extra.
books I've got for those older games.
Yeah.
No, all mine are down there.
In easy reach.
Just throw them at people.
That doesn't work too well in online games. You know, you go, psh,
Through the monitor. Where'd this book come from?
Just the next time we go visit him.
Just throws it. It's like, "Whoa!"
yes, I've been keeping up with how many times I would have thrown a book at you, so if I ever see you in person, there it goes.
Why is the encyclopedia? Oh God!
So I'm dead when I see him in person.
But it doesn't help for how good you are at dodging.
Dodge a 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade book. You can dodge a ball.
Ooh, Eddie crits, though.
What is that credit?
Nothing. No, he spotted y'all as you were... You see him kind of glance over and his eyes get wide as you spot him.
Jolene is like,
And he slams on his brakes. Kind of does that whole kind of fishtail turnaround.
Jump up in
"Hey,
the car.
what the fuck?"
He hits the little thing so the passenger... Because he got his passenger side towards you now. The passenger side window starts opening. Jolene, Bree, get in!
Blackjack, jump on the hood!
I'm literally gonna yeet him out of the fucking car. I swear to
No, don't.
He invited you to. I am legally not. I'm legally unable to join. I am a vampire.
You have that flaw, though.
Don't.
He doesn't have the flaw and Eddie doesn't live in this car, so...
True.
Right now he might, you know. Jolene will be getting, "What the hell is going on? I called the fucking prince out here."
But good, maybe he can take out the Baali. But we need to get you and Bree, and have you found anybody else?
Oh no, hell no, no. You take Bree. No, I'm going. Gets back out of the car.
He kind of jumps over and tries to snag your shirt, you know, but he's in the passenger seat. It's awkward.
Absolutely not.
Coterie got called here. I'm part of the coterie. Gotta go.
Don't let him take anybody.
Don't let him take Bree either.
Yeah, Bree, you want to come along? She's like giving her that look, like, Bree, you might want to come along.
Because heightened senses.
Yeah, but that doesn't heighten your ability to shout where they can hear you, though.
No, because
Over gunfire, people bursting into flames.
like in the past thing, she'd been like thinking because she said Eddie was organizing them to meet somewhere, and then they all get captured. So she's a little suspicious of Eddie right now. So she's gonna try and get Bree to come with them.
Ruby starts sliding out.
We'll Captain Shirtless here and the Amazing Flame will keep you safe. Come on, let's go.
Ruby does stop as she's sliding out the door. She, once she's out, she does kind of stop and look at Eddie. Eddie, how do they know to meet us here?
Yeah, Eddie.
I pull him out. I pull Eddie out.
So as they've been talking, you've been walking around the other side of the car?
Yeah, I snatch him out of the fucking car.
Or do you walk up to the passenger side and just reach in and yeet?
Either door.
I'm just imagining him like not so much pull him out of the car as just one hand door.
Pulling through the car.
No, I just pull out the seat.
The whole thing seat.
Alright, give me a roll. Brawl, strength, I guess.
Oh, I love it.
Is there some way Jolene can assist with this?
Not really, no. You're in a confined
You
space.
probably don't want to get in the crossfire right now.
At least the body and prowess going right now. She's fine.
So does he. And he's at like what, 6 strength at the moment?
Yes. Plus my potence.
Sup?
Raw
Don't
strength.
kill him.
No promises.
Don't. If anyone gets to kill his ass tonight, it's me.
I'm gonna re-roll that. I don't.
You'll reroll 3 of them? Alright. You probably need to. I mean, I'm not telling you what he rolled, but you probably need to.
I'm at 4.
He is also at 4.
So you matched.
Ties go to the player. So it's not graceful. He almost gets out of the way, but you manage to get a good enough grip on kind of all of this shirt material here, and jacket and whatnot,
Into business.
and kind of pull him
Pull
out.
him out, and then I just push him against his car.
He reaches around to
How
turn
did
off
they
the
know where to
car.
find us?
I don't know, man. Maybe the devil told them. They do sorcery stuff.
Uh-huh. And
Who
why
told
is
the
it
devil?
when you kept that?
And you escaped them. Ain't no one else escaped them. You escaped them twice.
Twice.
Back at the farm?
Yeah, at the farm. Well, they never caught me at the farm. They discovered me sneaking around, and I ran off.
You're coming with us too. Come on.
I'm just holding him.
Dude, let go of me.
Absolutely not.
Jolene, you see Eddie start sliding his hand back behind, back kind
She
of behind
grabs
him.
his arm. Tight.
How many points of potence does your potion give you?
Considering she's at Thin Blood, Alchemy 2?
Thought you were at 3.
Am I?
I thought you were 3 going for 4.
Yeah, no, I am because I took that one and I just didn't click it in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember
yeah, 'cause
talking
I took
about that.
prowess. Yeah. Yeah. So then I had 3.
He looks a little startled at you.
Eddie, you're like my family. I mean that. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get you out of here. You and Bree. You can tell Bree's an afterthought. Oh, Bree's here? Yeah, we'll save her too. Let's go. We're thin bloods. We do not need to be running into a fight.
I fought a demon a couple nights ago. I freaking punched a Baali in the face. I think I'm gonna be okay. I've been getting into fights since I got messed in with this coterie. I ain't
Well,
abandoned
maybe this coder ain't the
resistance.
safest thing for you to be in then.
She's a hell of a fighter too.
I'm not knocking her skill.
The rest of us are all getting picked off. Where do you think I should be? You know what? Fine. Stay or go. Do whatever, Eddie. I don't care. She just starts running off towards where the gunfire is.
Fine. Yeah, when she runs off like that, he does go ahead and pull his gun out, but he doesn't point it at Blackjack. All right, fine, let's go.
If Jolene sees him pull out a gun, she's like, "You shoot anyone in my coterie, I'll stake you myself."
Why would I shoot your coterie?
You were reaching for a gun.
Oh, well, I was going to shoot him when he had me snatched up. He started
That had
it.
to be snatched up. And I
Shake
can
her
do it
head.
again whenever I want. Throws him down.
Shakes her head. Keeps running.
Yeah, that's pretty much the attitude all you full-bloods have about us. You'll do what you want when you want to.
When you're an asshole, yes. I'll run off.
The Bree coming.
Yeah, Ruby's following you. She's kind of glancing back at Eddie.
I'm looking forward to Bree finding Samuel just on fire.
It's gonna be fun times.
I'm just picturing her running up to him, taking her jacket off, running up to him, and trying to smother the fire.
Charlie just grabbed like, no,
No,
cool.
I'm fine. No, you're on fire. I'm fine. No, you're on fire.
Charlie's like, it's cool. Captain Flame Dad.
It's followed by, oh, so this is why you all don't like to piss him off. He literally goes up in flame.
All right, so y'all cut across, you're cutting across yards and parking lots and stuff. So you're running up. You see Maeve is out by this SUV. You see Travis advancing with his shotgun out. You can see one guy is basically on fire and down. He's missing chunks, and some of him still on fire.
On our side?
No. Back behind this
Oh, other side.
behind this SUV.
No, but I mean,
Sounds like one of the
ours?
SUVs Bree described. Do what now?
Is it one of ours? Is it the sheriff that was on fire?
He has clearly been damaged. He has clearly been injured.
No, it's the one that was throwing the fireballs.
Oh, okay.
Everybody kind of tried to go after him first.
Okay.
For good reason.
Can we make it to any of them to start beating the shit out of yet?
No, you're not gonna be able to get that close to him this round. You are within shooting distance if you've got guns. But
Which Bree does.
Bree got a gun.
and Eddie's got a gun. Melee guys go first. That will be Maeve, and suddenly fading into view, already behind kind of the SUV, the Prince.
Teleports behind you. Nothing personal, kid.
Well, he was faster and he was circling around to get the Baali, but y'all beat him to it. So basically, where Maeve's on one side of the where Maeve is on one side, and there's a guy kind of behind the door with a gun. The Prince circles around and goes after the guy at the passenger side door.
Okay. Well, since the one throwing fireballs is on the floor, she's gonna go after the one closest to her standing.
Okay.
Hello,
And going with claws. So it's brawl strength, right? Or
Yes.
brawl dexterity.
I think we go with strength because that's how your strength can factor into your damage.
Okay.
It depends. It depends if you're going for finesse or kind of raw damage. I could see either one potentially working. I think with you, we're going with strength.
Okay. I mean, I guess because I've always flipped between the two, but I'll do strength.
Yeah, I always imagine Maeve a little bit more of a finesse fighter.
Yeah.
Like doing
Okay,
surgical strikes with the claws.
Whichever way you want to do it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Scully, baby girl, mommy needs her mouse. You can't be in her way.
You're right. I think I was getting confused because I think that was why we were saying your claws and your potence wouldn't add together.
Yeah, that's true, because potence is a boost to strength.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That 4.
All right, that's 4. He is definitely going to try to dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
No, I can take this.
He dodges out of the way. What now? Boom!
Hold my rat. Hold my rat.
All right, he got 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Ties go to the player, though. So your claws give you a +1.
Yes.
All
I
right,
think
so
it's 2.
Is it 1 or 2? Or is it how many points I have?
I want to say it's 2.
Ugh.
Shows you how long it's been since we've been in a fight.
Like 2 sessions?
Yeah, we fought the demon like.
Let me see. Let me
No,
pull
not
up
even
character
the demon.
disciplines.
The other guys.
Referral weapons.
Part 1.
Plus
Electric
2 modifier to their brawl damage.
Okay.
So it's plus 2.
All right. So you got
And-
just enough to hit him. So it's just those 2. It's
And the superficial damage inflicted from feral weapons is
does not half. Yes. So that is it's still superficial, but that's 2. He takes the 2 full points.
Yeah.
Where the prince did a bit more than that to his.
Oh, pierce the burns.
Oh. He's a much older vampire. He should be able to do more damage.
His guy's still up, however. And then it's anybody that wants to take a melee. I mean, a ranged shot. So that'll be Alexander with a gun.
But wait, isn't Blackjack melee?
We're not in
Like-
Yes, but he hasn't gotten into
Oh.
melee range with him yet.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I'm as much itching as you are.
I'm in the battle, sir.
I know.
in the back like, I want to smash.
Let me smash.
Let me smash.
Blackjack's the heavy weapon, but he's too slow to get there. He's what was the term?
Well, Blackjack is supposed to be the tank of the group. Take all the hits.
But he is a
I'd
warrior of
sorry,
unfortunate
leave.
proportions. He's focused so much on strength that he can't get to the fight.
Can't run.
If I take soaring leap, I'm going to be a boulder just landing on people.
All right. So anyway, anybody that's taking a shot, whether with guns or magical powers, though setting things on fire, considering both your targets are in melee currently.
Yeah.
Travis seems a little hesitant to fire. Bree's flat out not firing. No, she ain't taking the risk of hitting Maeve, and she really ain't taking the risk of hitting the prince.
Does it sound like anybody else is working on heading in? Like the people who are running or the other SUV?
The sheriff is just taking cover behind the car. It's his right arm that was damaged, so that was probably what he was, the one he was shooting with. One of his deputies is back there behind him. He's got a gun out, but he's not seeing anybody clear to shoot at.
Yeah. Which way did the SUV sound like it was disappearing towards?
If you're standing in front of the storefront, you guys came from this direction. It sounded like it was heading that direction.
Okay.
Would it can take? I mean, you don't remember these specific streets, but most of the streets that head that direction will bump into Mooresville Road, which would give them access back down to the highway if they want to go to Decatur or to Huntsville, or they can head kind of towards Athens.
Yeah. How far away from the intersection for that road are we with this fight?
Mile and a half or so.
Ooh, okay. Wait, from...
I think. Let me double glance at the map.
Yeah. I don't want to make sure.
Okay, my map doesn't actually have the scale on it.
E.
It's probably a few miles from one of the.
It wouldn't be close enough for him to get a look at the vehicle.
No.
Okay.
And there's little hills and dips and stuff anyway. No, it's probably more like 2.5 miles.
Alright.
It isn't very far though. I mean, it's far if Blackjack were running the distance, but
Yeah.
Salt in the wound, buddy. Just salt in the fucking wound.
I know.
Sweet Twitter mark, Jason. Sweet Twitter.
Okay. He'll. With everybody up in melee with it, he'll hold fire. He'll actually rein the fire back in under his skin.
I was about to say, yes, he's holding the fire. We know.
Yeah.
You don't have to boast. We know.
Yeah. He'll rein it in and hold fire. I will say, if this is something I can do, if one of them does break away and tries to run, then he will snap and let the fire loose. So he's just gonna kind of.
Well, they've got car on one side, door on another side, and then angry gangrel in front of them, and that's kind of both of them.
In case they manage it, like go tearing through the door or something.
Probably also don't want to have your prince endure rot trick. It's probably not a good idea.
No, that's why he's waiting.
Yeah, not a good image.
Oh,
Yeah.
I made the prince run away on accident. Yeah, he's going to hold that against me.
Yeah.
Oh, I embarrassed him. Great.
Mm-hmm.
In front of the sheriff and the scourge?
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. And in front of a couple thin bloods?
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
No, he will hold it.
Okay. Alexander,
Yes, sir.
you're on the rooftop. You're not firing any sort of fire. Would you like to take a shot?
Well,
I certainly would.
Are you shooting at the prince's target or Maeve's target?
Maeve's target.
All right.
oh boy.
Well,
Boy, oh boy.
so that's a crit. That's a feral crit.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feral crit a firearm shot?
Can expend the willpower to suppress it, but if you want to do that.
Fire throwers.
So what's the negative downside to if I let that shot go?
He could give you a stain, though I can't think of a good stain it would give you. I mean, these guys are devil worshippers, and you're shooting them.
I mean, I can just reroll a dice.
Well, I think you can just spend a
Willpower and it'll make it a
just a
pass,
normal.
but not a crit pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll spend the willpower for that.
So
Yeah. Otherwise, it's probably going to come up just count as a failure. 'Cause I
I'd
can't.
rather not do that. So.
What is your willpower low?
No. Well, willpower's fine. I'll do it. I was just saying I don't want it to be a fail.
Oh, yeah. All right. So
I want it to make it.
if you suppress the crit, then it is not a crit, but you still got the 5 successes. He gets 2. Well, he rolled 3, but I forgot he has his back to you. So we're gonna deduct one of those for that. I mean, he's trying to keep an eye on everything, but he is more or less focused on Maeve to kind of this side of him, where you're shooting from this side. So he got a total of 2 successes then that counts. So that's 2 off of your 5. So you still hit him with 3 plus 3.
6 superficial.
So that's 6 superficial. So he deducts. So that's got him at 5. So he's nearly out. The other guy's nearly out. And this is what, the 3rd round of combat? And we usually try to do three rounds and you're out. And we're out, so
Yeah.
So basically, these two guys are both hanging on by a thread, so they're quickly dispatched by our two gang girls as soon as that comes up. Oh, wait. I forgot, though. They do get to do their thing for this turn. The one on Maeve drops his gun and tries to punch her.
Athletics dex or brawl dex since it's punching?
I'd probably go with Brawl Dix. Refresh my memory, Deca. Does Potence add dice to the roll? Or is it just
yes.
extra damage? Okay.
If you have, I have been adding dice to it.
Okay.
Talking about like the level 1 or 2 power, it adds your potence rating to your strength.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're using prowess, then yes, it adds your strength bonus or your
And his
however much buttons you have.
I rolled a 7. Success.
Jesus Christ!
All right. So he got us critical.
So did she.
One,
I got 2 criticals.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got 7.
All right. So you succeeded by 1. Which basically, since y'all are exchanging blows, that actually means you did damage to him.
Sweet. So that's 3 superficial.
Yeah, he goes down. The other one looks the prince in the eye and, tells him to stand down. That does not seem to work very well.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that goes.
It goes poorly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bold move, Cotton.
It plays out for him.
I was trying to dominate the prince.
Yeah. It was a desperation move. It was a desperation move.
Yeah. Aussie, I'll give him that.
And the prince just takes his face off. There we go.
Basically.
Yes!
He looks mildly insulted. And he just dives into him with both claws. That guy actually screams louder than the Baali did when he got set on fire. All I'm picturing are the flying monkeys as they're dismembering the scarecrow. When the prince straightens up, yeah, he's fairly bloody. Abram, are you still with us? Sheriff raises his good hand.
Looks fine to me.
Gather these two up. He's addressing the deputy. Gather these two up. They'll be questioned. He kind of looks back at the Baali. Go ahead and pick that up too. I don't know if it's in condition to be questioned or not. We need to begin clearing the area. All this gunfire is going to draw someone's attention.
My prince, I did hear an SUV that was leaving that way. He'll point in the direction that he heard it, about 2 miles, as well as others that were running full sprint through the woods in that direction while this was happening.
The prince looks across the hood of the SUV at Maeve. I trust you know your way around woods.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can track down our running rabbits.
And she'll go off. track down the rabbits.
Abram, you're out of this fight.
I've still got some fight left in me.
I've got all this fight and nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Actually,
beat the shit out of somebody.
Maeve is gonna turn into a wolf and go running, since she might be a bit faster with that. Yeah. I mean,
I
you
know
guys
that,
don't
yeah.
know it,
4 legs
But-
good, 2 legs bad.
basically. and off she went as a wolf.
At super speed.
Well, she's learned a few new things recently.
She's coming along nicely.
I have to imagine there's probably questions about why Samuel is using fire.
The prince is old. The deputy's looking at you funny. Eddie's looking at you funny. The Baali were looking at you funny.
Yeah.
But the prince is old enough. He has probably at least heard of something like that before.
I know Travis even gave him a side eye too.
Yeah, because Travis wasn't at the big fight.
Yeah.
I said the deputy was looking at you funny, but the deputy may have seen it before. So, anyway, tells them to load everybody up. Oh, and in the SUV are a couple of the Thin Bloods. They've been staked. Just so much easier than tying them up.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel, if you can hear where they're at, get after them on your bike. He looks at Blackjack and that crew. You can follow in the sheriff's car.
As you wish.
He'll get on the bike and he'll look over at Travis, see if Travis is coming.
Travis starts for the bike, and the prince kind of motions for him. Kind of. Apparently, I'm on guard duty here.
I'll want that back when this is all said and done.
No promises. And he just kind of turns on his heels and walks over towards the sheriff.
This is how I made friends with the revenues. And then he's gone.
Friendly acquaintance at best.
What'd he say?
Friendly acquaintance at best.
Uh-huh.
Work friend.
That's still leagues better than most when it comes to the Ravnos and the Tremere.
Well, really, the Tremere at most everybody.
Well, fair, yeah.
They get along with the Ventru.
From what I remember, like
well,
with this newest edition, the Tremere are kind of hated by most of the clans.
they kind of were in the old. Did we lose somebody? We lost. We lost to Deca.
We lost Deca, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give him a minute to hop back on.
Julian's gonna drive.
Good grief.
Blackjack's gonna cling to the hood of the car.
Can't call shotgun if he ain't here.
The world's strongest hood ornament.
That's fair.
Just surf the car into battle.
Yeah, from what I do remember, the Tremere they're still kind of hated by most clans. Not hated, they're distrusted.
Yeah, they were always distrusted. They get the kind of upper echelon guys, the Toreador and the Venture, they get along with all right. I think they find the Malkavians kind of interesting, but I'm not sure how the Malkavs feel about them.
Yeah. I know. Like one of the main roots is because they're kind of considered, they're not well liked because they artificially became vampires.
They also did experiments on like some of the Nosferatu and some of the gangrels.
Yeah.
The Zemitzi really have no use for him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we just full on lost Deca.
Yeah, we just lost him at the
100
Discord too.
Like 100% he gone.
Damn.
Give him a few.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all load up. Jolene is driving.
Puts a child locks on the door so like no one can escape the back seat.
Eddie calls shotgun.
No, you are not laying on my keyboard.
But mother, I crave typing.
Yeah, basically.
But it's like laying on them little massage things with all the different little buttons.
No, she wants to lay on the number pads. The number pad of my keyboard, and it's like, no, child, you are not doing this.
I think we just regained a Deca.
Did we just
Deca?
regain a Deca?
Dick, are you there?
Hello!
Yeah.
Yep. We got a Deca. Also, Star, I just saw those GIFs in our Tuesday night channel.
Yep.
Enemy smash.
And once again, everybody's name. Wow. It's like y'all changed position, but everybody's got the same wrong person's name that they did at the beginning of the session.
You're close.
Yes, I am now Blackjack again.
Which is where you started off when we turned the OBS on this morning. Or this evening.
Yep.
Alright, hopefully that's the end of the technical issues.
We hope.
Except that I just jinxed us by saying that.
I'm just gonna disconnect now just for the hell of it.
My internet's gonna go out again, and it's all Jason's fault.
Mm.
Yeah, at least I called you in last this time, so nobody's positions will change. Anyway. Alright, so y'all loaded up in the car. Jolene is driving. Eddie called shotgun.
See how that goes. Bold move, Cotton.
I can dread gaze him right now.
He just wants to hang out the window and shoot. What's the problem?
Blackjack sulks in the backseat.
Bree probably just sitting there like,
Why am I loading up like this? Oh right, the other option would have been to stay with the Scourge.
he ain't that bad.
Do you know how many?
Yeah, he is. He
You see just her looking at. Do you know how many Thin Bloods he killed before the prince decided to let you live?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn aware of it. I get reminded about it a whole fucking lot.
He's not that bad. He just used to murder us on sight.
he's pretty bad. He's put a nerve in at least.
I've worked retail far too long then.
Bree's like, think with your head, not whatever you're thinking with.
He ain't that good looking.
I better look.
Bree and Jillian like,
I don't know. I had to see him without his shirt on.
I mean, I didn't get like murdered on sight last time. Like when I asked him, like to walk across the room in the middle of Elysium, I could ask him. We'll see how this goes. What the hell? We're gonna probably get killed anyways.
We're not getting killed.
While
That's not what's
driving.
going to happen.
Yeah, so we are. He's keeping his senses on to try to find that SUV.
Well, you've got the motorcycle noise and your helmet on.
Yeah, that's precisely why he has the senses on. Cause
But you head off in that direction. You know, you're on the motorcycle. The car is right behind you.
Yep.
Eddie's in the front seat. Oh, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, there's been a lot of bad ideas going around, so.
So you're zipping down the highway here, or the side road. Let's see, probably Probably around here now. Technically, you've probably passed out of Huntsville, out of the Huntsville city limits at this point. But you top one little hill, and you see a car. You see the SUV stop in the middle of the road, and a car has turned sideways in front of it.
Is it a familiar car?
For you, you're far enough away you can't tell for sure. Samuel's got his heightened senses on. And while the noise and the helmet probably muffle his sense of hearing a fair bit, your sight's pretty sharp.
Yeah, that's what he's relying on with his senses active when the helmet and all that's on.
Yeah, you're pretty sure this is the car you saw in some of that video when the Brat Pack and somebody else left. That you were pretty sure the hippie was driving, or May, as you know she's called now.
I don't think Samuel does.
Well,
We haven't had a chance to talk about
that's
it.
right. Y'all really haven't had a chance to catch up. So yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
thinking, okay, that's the hippie's car.
He recognizes the car, and he's just like,
Well, you know it's actually Drake, something Drake.
I have Joshua Drake.
Joshua Drake's car. An older gentleman that lives in Decatur that that through a vision Samuel will think is pretty certain May is staying with.
Yeah.
And there's a brawl going on around the car.
Nice, nice.
May is out of the car. Well, you can't. You recognize May when you see her.
Okay.
And there are other people combating. You can't really tell who's on what side.
Right.
But they were already at close range kind of when they stopped, so it looked like it went straight fisticuffs. At least one person is using feral claws.
Drive by fist fights.
Do any look like they've popped fireballs?
None of these do, no.
He's going to keep an eye out for that. But he is going to slow down just a bit as he's trying to gauge the battle. And see which groups are fighting who.
Like I said, it's a mass. It's a mass melee of people. There's at least 6 or 7 combatants.
Jeez.
Get me there. I want to caber toss the SUV.
Well, you can see this. You're perfectly capable of just driving down to it.
Yeah.
Plow through him like.
I'm not driving.
There might be staked thin bloods in there though. Just fair warning.
Oh yeah. Once I get close enough, Julian will be like, "Oh shit, it's May."
You didn't hear that from me. Pigeon, 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 pigeon.
Oh no, if she saw the stake thin bloods in the other SUV, she'd be like, maybe not. She'd like rev the engine like, no.
Honestly, the play here is more than likely Blackjack activates Dawn just in the car, and then just gets ready. Everyone's looking at him like, why does he look so pissed?
All right. So anyway, y'all top the hill and y'all see this.
Jump out the car.
Maybe.
You gonna jump out and run down there, or are you gonna drive down?
No, she's gonna get as close as she can, and then probably like slam on the brakes so everyone can pile out or start shooting from the car.
Okay, so you drive down until basically you're right behind the SUV, so you're fighting on either side.
Yeah. Samuel will actually pull the bike back behind.
Off the road.
No, he's gonna get behind them driving. Because he's still wounded with aggravated damage.
Blackjack's still fresh as a daisy.
Despite the fact that he could dish it out a considerable chunk right now because of that crit on blood potency.
You're a glass cannon at the moment.
He is absolutely a glass cannon right now. And with everybody in melee, he's just like, I'm staying back from this a little bit. I'm gonna let Blackjack just go. Let me smash.
He uses the momentum of Jolene slamming on the brakes to just go flying.
She's gonna try and do it sideways, like some Tokyo Drift shit.
Superman punch.
Oh. No, I'm just imagining him taking the seatbelt off, just Perch is do it. And then she just hits the brake and he just goes clear through the windshield, just
Well, he's in the back seat.
Clear through Eddie and in the windshield.
Eddie out with him.
Yes.
Why not?
No.
Collateral damage.
No, we don't know if we need to kill him yet.
Oh, Jesus.
But that'll make him think twice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try not to kill Eddie yet, unless we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, either way it goes, I will somehow get my way out of the car and join the melee.
Alright, so you run into the melee.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie looks at Jolene. There's enough people here to handle this. Are you sure you don't want to bug out? I mean, think of Bree Bree.
Why
Well-
are you so insistent that I leave?
I don't want to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want Bree Bree to die.
What about all the other Thin Bloods?
He looks you dead in the eye. Sometimes you can't save everybody.
No, I can't.
God
but I'm
knows
sure
I've
it's not gonna
tried.
try.
Bree Bree has opened her door and stepped out, but she's using her door as covered. But she's not taking any shots because everybody's mixed up and she don't know. Other than Blackjack, she don't know who out there is friend or foe.
Yeah.
You do what you gotta do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and she's heading into the melee.
All right.
It's just a mosh pit.
She still has 2 points of superficial damage, so this is gonna be fun, yo!
I mean, you hit like a truck, but...
Let's hope no one claws. What happened? Oh, Jolene's in torpor.
Maybe.
Honestly, of the members of the coterie, Jolene would probably be the only one that Samuel would actually give his own Vitae to bring her out of torpor.
All right, let's see.
Just let her take a nap.
Who's
She
punching
just wants a
Blackjack?
nap, please. Just a one nap.
Who's punching Blackjack and is it someone in the Brat Pack? Give him a reason to punch somebody in the Brat
Oh
Pack.
god, is it the Brat Pack? Do we recognize any faces once we get closer?
No, you
aside
do
from
not.
May?
Okay. I was about to say, if it was the Brat Pack, just indiscriminate bombardment.
Yeah, no shit. I'm just punching everyone in sight.
It's a fireball.
What happened? I don't know. Samuel just cluster bombed the whole
So
place.
Jolene, as you turn and are getting out of the car,
Fantastic.
you feel a sharp pain.
Turns around. Is Eddie? What did Eddie do?
You don't turn around. You feel a sharp pain. And then you slip, and then everything goes black.
He gave you a sedative.
No, steak, probably.
That's a sedative for a vampire.
Yeah.
You.
You're out. Oh, actually, I take that lie back. Steak vampires, if they haven't already been knocked into torpor, I think are aware of their surroundings to some degree, or can be.
Yeah.
It's the eyes moving around in the painting thing.
Well, the eyes don't even move. I think this is mostly they can hear and just see kind of.
Samuel see this because he was behind the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's down,
Samuel pulled back.
and he's still on that little hill, so he probably couldn't see into the front seat.
He wasn't that. He was leading it.
Oh, you were in front.
And, yeah, he was leading originally, and then once they got close, he sort of pulled back behind the vehicle.
And
To
then
let-
you would see
to let the
Blackjack
truck
get
lead.
out.
Yeah, he wasn't back. He just
He
sort of
can-
swapped places with the truck.
Yeah, he's literally behind the vehicle and
Yeah, he has
motorcycle.
cover.
He could probably see something was going on in there then.
Yeah, because he saw he would probably have seen Blackjack get out.
Now the windows are tinted in the sheriff's cars, but But anyway, Jolene, we'll say you're still aware. So you have that sharp pain, and you kind of fall back into Eddie's arms. He drags you in the passenger seat. You hear Bree Bree start yelling, you know, what the fuck are you doing? And he just screams at her, get in the car. And he starts climbing over and swapping places, so it's like
Samuel's pulling up by the driver's car. Fire in his hand is, stop what you're doing now, child. Or I will burn you into final death.
He pulls Jolene over into his lap.
Well, it's like,
You are going to get her killed.
I've kept her safe.
Bree Bree, get in the car.
If you think I can't do precision aiming, think again.
I don't think he'll risk it. And he cranks the car up.
Right on his face.
Alright, a called shot is going to be more difficult.
He pulled her. You said he pulled her into his lap.
Yeah.
Hitting him in the head.
And hitting the head in a called shot is going to be more difficult.
No. Yeah, I'm saying it's like he's aiming away from Jolene.
Oh,
that's all I was saying there.
All you have to do is crit again. It's fine.
No, he's mad. He's very mad.
Alright.
Jack just like punching people like an asshole.
Alright, so he's cranking up the car. He's going to try to jam on the... He's going to try to hit the gas to kind of get away. We're going to give him the cover bonus. Let's see. The cover seems to be more mitigating damage and hits. Let's see. We'll give you a -2 dice penalty on it, which probably isn't going to be enough to make any difference. And Eddie will use his Dex drive, I guess, since he's trying to use the car.
Okay.
Let's see. His Dex is 3. Oh, it's a decent drive.
Nine.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
your dice are just making up for it. Your dice are now the MVP of this game.
I guess, yeah.
Even if you have a 2 dice penalty, it's 7 successes.
No. The thing is with my blood potency, it gives me a +2 modifier. So I just didn't put my modifier for my blood potency for this roll.
Alright, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Minus his successes. Alright, and how much, what plus the damage do you have?
For a crit, it's an additional +1, but that's a lot of 10s in there. I'm not sure if that goes any higher or not.
The amount you succeed by factors into damage. That's where crits help you, because that's just more successes.
Understood. So that what did he? So that would be 6, 7, 8, 9. That'd be 10 damage. Minus whatever he.
Minus his successes. So.
Yeah.
And he rolled decent enough.
Did he though? Did he?
That sounds like DM storyteller speak for he kind of lived maybe.
Oh no, he's definitely not dead. Let me look at one of his abilities.
Abilities?
He has to fight Bane. I'm going to kill him myself.
Well, he can't. He's a thin blood.
I can alchemize for it.
He'd have to have drank it. Wait.
At the same time that you drank yours. He could have drank it right before you spotted him.
I'm just more irritated. I just wasted 2 good potions, man.
Though you were not, to your knowledge, Eddie was not a.
Yeah, to her knowledge, he isn't an alchemist.
But then, you've been finding out new things about him, so
Well, no, she was at his haven. Unless he had
Some-
another fridge hiding out somewhere.
Some
She would
sort
have
of
seen the potions.
Yeah, you would think so.
He could
Some-
have been
some
going back to
sort
his
of-
original haven. I mean, it could have been in his body.
Some
Some
fuckery
sort-
going on here.
some sort
Could
of
be, could be.
weird Baali thin blood.
No.
He
I've
could
been
be
sus.
working with
I've
the-
been sus of him for like 3 sessions.
Oh yeah, she's like getting really suspicious of him. Like ever since he just showed back up
You're-
after.
You're
Okay.
currently staked. That should be all the suspicion you need.
Yeah, I know. But like before,
Except
before
that
she just
keep in
got, like,
mind
stabbed
that
in the
staking is
chest.
not fatal, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. She knows. I know that.
He's
but
just like, you're not listening to me. I need to save you.
It's like vampire. It's like tasing a vampire.
And, you know, and he was
Staking,
screaming at
well.
he was screaming at Brewery to get back in the car, so you know.
Yeah.
She has not gotten back in the car, so you know when he throws in reverse and stomps the gas, the door hits her, and there's kind of a thump thump as the car has clearly run over her.
Oh, he's gonna die.
That's my.
However, his head does burst into flames.
It's my emotional support play.
Yeah. How much damage did he take? I'm curious.
Let's see. You did let's see, minus. I think he
was
took
10.
5. He took 5 because he had 5 successes on his
Yeah.
Does he have a head left?
Yeah, 5's not enough to put him down.
No, it's.
The hair's gone. A lot of the skin is probably burned off.
Mhm.
He's gonna be a masquerade breach for a hot minute.
Yeah.
When he does that, when you do that, he screams. You do see him actually throw Jolene off of him while his head's on fire. You know, kind of over in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
Jolene just flops.
Does he have time to fire again?
Crazy son of. Well, there are others. There's other stuff going on. Let's resolve that.
Yeah, I
first.
know. Yeah. But I'm saying-
Blackjack, you're running into the melee.
Beat someone's ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about Alexander because he sits there so quiet in the dark.
Yeah. As a Nos does.
Alexander, come along.
Alexander, what are you doing?
Well, my fat tail's trying to figure out where I technically am in all this.
That's what I'm getting to. The car is full, but you could have ridden on the motorcycle with Samuel. You could have followed Maven to the woods to help her find people. You could hang around with Travis. Everybody else is becoming buddies with Travis. You could hang around and become buddies with Travis.
Like having like a bonding episode with Zuko.
Scourge.
Maybe a bonding episode with the Scourge.
Yeah. It's my turn to have a
I
field trip,
mean-
Zuko.
As tempting as that would be,
Honor.
he probably would have. He probably would have rode with Samuel.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've seen everything that just transpired.
He's seen everything that's transpired. He's not very happy. He hasn't had time to really learn much about Jolene. But at the same time, he's not going to put up with that shit. So yes, there's going to be a rifle about point blank to this man's face.
Well, he's already started backing the car up, so you can certainly fire through the
Ran
windshield,
Ruby
though.
over.
Okay,
Yeah, it was kind of a...
okay. I shoot the tires.
Man, the prince is gonna be, or not the prince, the sheriff is gonna be really pissed. We just totally fucked up his ride.
Samuel has more than enough money to fix it.
Yeah, the sheriff is all like, "What'd you do to
Actually-
my car?" Samuel turns around and
Actually,
Just like Will Smith to Eddie.
Samuel, the better question is, does he have any anything extra around with fire rounds?
I think he gave the shotgun to
Yeah,
the
the-
Scourge.
Yeah, he gave it to
Yeah.
Samuel. Scourge.
Yeah.
I was just asking, was there any extras on the motorcycle?
No, he's pretty well using what of an arsenal he's got. Because his
Yeah.
pistol's got a silencer, but just not going to have the dragon breath rounds.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't imagine those and silencers are very compatible.
no.
Probably not.
Excuse me,
The
suppressors.
silencers will probably melt.
Yeah.
Very quiet and then
So anyway, so Alexander's going to try to shoot out a tire. Go ahead and give me that roll.
I know it's firearms, but what are we going to add to that? Dex still, or what?
Let's use composure this time, cause he's trying to speed away, and you're trying to do this quickly. You know, it's kind of a, you know, you're acting quickly. You're trying to keep your composure.
May the dice be in your favor.
Of a
Good successes.
Well, it's 3 successes.
how many dice did the tires roll?
Well, he is trying to spin the car around, so the tires are doing this little number. However, he only got 1 success.
Sweet.
For all the successes he got against Samuel, the exact same roll only got him 1 success this time.
Those successes probably saved him. Because that was 10 aggravated damage he was about to get hit with.
If he had flubbed that roll, that would have been all they wrote for young Edward.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 minus 1, so that's 2 successes. So that's 1 damage plus 3 for the rifle or 2 for the rifle?
3.
3 for the rifle.
Big-
Yeah, the front tire goes.
And you will watch Alexander without missing a beat, almost as if he had former military experience. Quickly reload that bolt action and aim for the next round. Aim for the next tire.
Right now, he just needs to be riding on the flat, trying to get back up over that hill, probably out of sight. But
Good luck doing that on a flat.
Like I said, that's why he's aiming for the next tire on GM's discretion.
but anyway, let's cover everybody else. Guess everybody on the motorcycle is gone. Blackjack, you're running into the crowd.
Is there anybody I recognize just looking around?
You recognize May. Other than that, you do see one guy that's in one of the looks like one of the black hoodies from that first encounter when they were chasing Jolene and Willard.
Oh, you're getting your ass whooped.
On the other hand, everybody's wearing black because it's a bunch of vampires, so you know.
Sure.
Well, everybody except May.
Same.
I have nice khaki slacks on.
And
I just
nothing
ripped
else.
off my shirt.
Khaki slacks, dress shoes, leather jacket, and rage.
So yeah, that guy's getting beamed in the mouth.
All right.
Gets ass.
Yelling something like, "Don't fuck with my coterie!"
Meanwhile, behind him,
Strength, yeah. Ooh. 5 successes.
Sweet Lord, he's barely got that many dice.
maybe he shouldn't walk into a fight.
On the other hand, he got 4 successes, so he did all right with those dice.
I mean,
All
fair.
right.
Clank.
All right, so you beat him by 1. So that's 1 damage plus lethal bodies gives you a what?
I'm gonna send it to split.
Do it now.
That didn't do anything. Didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do.
But I think I have it.
You probably have the
Oh no, it makes your damage lethal to mortals.
It makes it to mortals, and then
Probably
Or not lethal, you do aggravated to. Okay.
It's aggravated immortals, but lets him bypass armor equal to his potence rating.
which is
Okay.
2.
Okay, so this guy takes the damage.
Clank. I'm just gonna continue.
The guy in front of him takes a swing at him.
For what it's worth, who's May attacking? Is May also fighting these black hoodies?
She's coming up on 1, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, actually, she's already kind of grappling with one. had a knife in her hand. In the scuffle, you see her bandana fall off. Those aren't exactly. Yeah, she's got relatively long blonde hair.
Yeah. If Jack didn't have Donk going, he'd be enamored.
Let's see. So the guy in front of him punches him. Kind of gives you a nod. And, kind of the... And this guy's got kind of your typical biker look. He's got the spikes on his jacket. He looks like he stepped out of one of the vampire books in the 90s.
Oh, God.
Let's see. That's you.
Age of Apocalypse called They Want Those Designs Back.
This is a classic look. You have to be Bruja to understand.
Alright.
Well, you're clearly not Bruja. You're wearing khakis. That's clearly what he's thinking. Out of the corner of your eye, you see May reach out, and she puts her hand on the guy in front of her. And like I said, it's the corner of your eye, but something in her face is glowing. And that guy just drops.
Me, OSC, over here at my desk. It was her, not Abla.
I thought y'all figured that out when she had the bunch, and when Abla called Samuel on the drive up.
I mean, she figured it wasn't Abla, but she was like, well, maybe May found him somewhere else.
Besides, you don't see this. You're
You're
awkwardly flopped over the passenger seat, with your head bouncing on the window as he's driving.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it, thankfully.
She just watched her dad light Eddie's head on fire.
In the seat, she's just like angriest eyes she can manage.
But anyway, Blackjack, you see that, and then she steps towards you, and you're a sparring buddy. And you realize that the glow is coming from the center of her forehead. As she steps up, and three eyes blink at you.
She's not going to be happy to see Samuel.
She's had negative things to say about the Tremere already.
Yeah.
Jeremy, out of character, is like, I didn't know y'all still existed. Blackjack might still be kind of like that too, but he's not as brushed up on lore yet.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't immediately know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's mighty interesting of you. Nice to meet you again.
Yes, it's strange we'd meet you here, out of your prince's domain.
Shall we?
Let's.
It's like the superhero team up with two fists.
Well, and the other Bruja that's with you.
Yeah.
Though while y'all are punching him, May is pulling out a stake.
Just a bunch of bam and biff.
And that's on one side of the van or the SUV. On the other side, there's still brawling going on. Oh yeah, but Alexander and Samuel are pretty well caught up in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's cut away very briefly to Maeve. You are trying to track down running folks in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be wits and survival, I assume, would be tracking. Yes, survival.
Okay. With survival. Survival. Okay, that's not bad. 3 in each. It's 4.
Alright, and these people are trying to hide. Well, actually, they're trying to hide and run, so just their decks. None of these guys really have any survival. And a penalty because they're...
Hold on. I gotta go to page 373.
Oh, crap. One of my dice jumped off my tray into the garbage can.
Falling dice don't count.
Do what?
It's like falling dice don't count.
And there's one of my official White Wolf dice from the Aberrant game.
Wait. I'm trying to see if I had anything extra because I'm a wolf and it says Okay, no. The physical attribute senses and native skills. Okay, it's physical stuff. Okay, so that's down to the physical stuff. Okay.
It's like druid shapeshift.
So anyway, they got 1 success.
I sniff them out pretty easily.
They're trying to be quiet, but they're also trying to move. They're also trying to run as fast as they can. That's not things that go together well in the woods in the dark. Mm. And these are not thick woods. These are like little wooded patches between streets or between housing neighborhoods or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first one you run across is Willard, actually. Which just means he has met you. I mean, not as a wolf, though.
Okay. She's,
No, Sarah, no.
Cause they were running away, right?
Yes, they were fleeing.
So she's gonna shift back and be like, hey, stop!
Maeve,
Stop.
right?
Yes, go back. Now.
Go
back. It's safe. Go back.
Are you sure?
We got your buddies. The Scourge is there. He won't kill you. He's guarding your other buddies that were left in the van. Go back.
There. It's fine.
And then she's gonna shapeshift and then go after the others.
Alright. There's about 5 of them, and one by one you're fine if you don't have any trouble.
Yeah, she's just like, go back. Go back. If you don't, I will drag you there, and you don't want me dragging you there.
I'd like the back of the neck.
I'm going to say most of them recognize you. Just because they've been living in your domain, so they kind of knew who all y'all were.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Jolene's coterie member, just go back. Go back. Before I have to stake you and drag you back myself. I don't want to do that. You don't want me to do that. It's easier if you just go back.
One of them's like, I'm not sure I can find my way back.
Come on. And she will transform into a wolf and start jogging, kind of, there, so she's not outrunning them.
Okay.
I just want one of them to be like, oh, puppy!
She bites their hand off.
Yeah, worth it, though, worth it.
Looking at the bleeding stump. Dang it, I heal like a human.
Go see Jolene. What happened to your head? Well, wolf.
Don't pet stray dogs. Oh yes. So back at the fight, on that other side, across from where Blackjack is, you got a couple people brawling, and the prince just sort of materializes and dives on somebody.
Okay.
Nothing personal, kid.
Nani?
Just sup.
It's like he just kind of melds out of the shadow and. Rrr.
He was actually just in the back of the car.
I'm just imagining that that thing with the two robots is like.
The man's a centuries-old gangrel. He probably melds into the earth and just shows up wherever the hell he wants.
I support this
No,
shit.
Blackjack. He just runs way faster than you.
No, he doesn't.
Almost as fast as you in a car.
I mean, yeah, celerity's good for that.
I'm not sure if it's good in 5 as it used to be, but anyway.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, no, no.
There's some of the higher level powers that will let you go, hey, you hit me? No, you don't.
But,
Legendary resistance.
Basically.
but anyway, so he dives in there. You're not entirely certain how he knows who to attack, but he attacks with confidence.
I was gonna question him.
I mean, it's fair.
I'm gonna let him keep fighting whoever the hell he wants. I'm just gonna keep
The
punching
person that
him
was
until
fighting
he's
with
hot.
whoever he jumps on kind of gives that a look and goes over to help one of his buddies.
It's like,
I
you
don't,
got this.
I don't think I want to get my fingers near that buzzsaw.
I don't think I want to be near this guy.
So anyway, Eddie has
God, please don't let Eddie run over the prince.
no, he's backing. He was backing away from all that.
Oh, okay.
You know, as he was doing one of those, as he was doing a quick turnaround, the front tire gets blown out.
Doesn't flip like a movie, right?
No, he wasn't going that fast. And
Shot out, it exploded.
Yeah. Fair.
Movie physics.
but he gets turned around and he is headed up and trying to get over that hill. Alexander, I think you were going to take another shot at his tires as soon as you could.
Yes, sir.
Somebody please check on Bree.
Another composure.
Sir.
Say, would this be composure or dex at this point?
This one would just be Dex. Because you're already braced up, and he's not doing the weird spinning now. It's pretty much just straight traveling.
Well,
And he's clearly flooring it, but he's got a blown out tire, so it's not going as fast as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's about to have another blown out tire at this rate. Hopefully.
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 Two, three. Alright, you beat him by 1. Back tire goes. Poof.
Yes.
Same side or a different side?
That's actually a good question.
Next question is, which one do you not hit?
Either way, you've about crippled this car. I mean, it is technically still moving forward, but he's not getting away in this vehicle at this point.
They
Even
probably
Blackjack
should
can catch up to
side.
him.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
he
bad.
probably just keep shooting the same side.
But
So he would have taken the shot, and smiled as the tire blows, and like I said, you'd see that quick action of him loading a third round, ready, and if push came to shove, he's going to be hitting that second back tire if he still thinks
Yeah.
he's getting away.
I mean, Samuel, he's gonna light up that that other tire. He wants to cripple this thing. He's like full on snarl, fangs visible. He's furious right now.
so you're going to set the one remaining good tire that you can see on fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Do it.
He's pissed.
Good luck
This is
defending
an-
against fire.
This is an extremely pissed off Tremere. Speaking of,
Did you just do it again?
4 of them.
God!
Why are your dice like this? I mean, I'm not
Yes.
complaining.
That means it's 13 successes.
Is there a tire left?
He
Is
rolled
there a
2
wheel
successes.
left?
Okay, it might have a chance. He rolled 2 successes.
The tire,
Melt.
it explodes like a party balloon that you poked with the... Well, if you stick a cigarette lighter to a party balloon, it just kind of goes poof. And everywhere the rubber hits, it's hitting in liquid form.
Nice. Nice.
Flame scorches up the side of the body panel of the car.
We're gonna get that repainted.
You're doing shit.
We gotta get it painted. It's like the sheriff's car.
And then there is sparks. Because, you know, the 2 that got blown out, there's still some rubber there. It's like trying to drive on a flat tire. This thing, he's just driving on the rim at this point.
Yeah, he has nothing. He has nothing for traction. The only thing giving traction is that front tire.
That front tire is trying to be the MVP.
Like, to be fair, as soon as that happens, Alexander's going to smile even more and just kind of turn back to Samuel. Good shot, son.
He has my daughter. He's dead from this.
The car gets just up over the hill, and then you see the brake lights come on. With your enhanced senses, even through the helmet, you can hear a car coming from that direction.
Samuel is sprinting for that car.
He's on a motorcycle. Why is he sprinting?
That's fair, yeah, no.
It's like, why sprint when you can probably match speeds? Just,
Jolene, inside the car, you see him. You hear a flash back there, and another. You're hearing all this happen, not really seeing it. You can kind of see up the front windshield as he manages to top that hill. There's another car coming, and you recognize it as the car that Bruce and Anya were driving. They were some of the ones that the prince had sent out to patrol to try to find stragglers. Yeah, clearly there's been communications, and they're heading, they were sent your way.
Yeah, the 2 Banu Hakim warriors.
Oh yeah. If you
Yeah, that
recognize
was offered before we did.
Yeah,
this
Reef
whole-
had offered him, and yeah.
Yeah.
They were there when the prince sent some people off to do something. They were one of the cars that went.
Yeah.
You see Eddie. I mean, I can't even say he looks like Freddy Krueger, because Krueger's burns were at least kind of healed.
He's like Charlie Dent.
Yeah. Or
Except all over.
yeah.
No, he aims specifically for the man's head.
But
Okay.
I mean, as he moves, anytime he moves around, there's skin flaking off in burned chunks, and you can see burned muscle up underneath it. He kind of glances back, now that he can see over the hill where he's at this position, but he kind of glances back at them, he looks forward at that car, he looks over at Jolene.
Jolene's like, except without all hand movements.
I don't think I can take you with me.
And Jolene's had good fucking luck getting away to begin with.
I'm sorry. He opens the door and sort of melts into the shadows as he steps out of the door.
Wait. No. Because that don't seem like something a thin blood can do that easy.
Alchemy.
That's
Alchemy's a hell of a drug.
That's a lot of alchemy things to learn.
Thin blood alchemy means I ain't got to explain shit.
That's true.
No, not quite, but no. There's a reason for anything and everything. So, the fight down the hill starts to wrap up.
Let's see. If the car looks like it's stopped, and like it's not going anywhere, Samuel was gonna turn around and just. There's a lot of aggression in his system right now. Anything that looks like the guys that tried to kidnap Jolene originally when he was there, he's just like Roy Mustang, just carpet bombing.
If I turn and see Samuel look like he's about to induce Shrek and everybody in the area, he's running.
He is. If he gets a shot off, he's just.
All right. So you're booking it up to the car. Alexander, are you following?
Well, that depends. Are you using the motorcycle there, Samuel?
He
or
said he
you
was
gonna-
sprinting.
Yeah, he did have to get off the bike to avoid getting hit by the car. So he's not on his bike and he's sprinting.
And Alexander's probably done some predator leaps to get up to the rooftops to see if he can notice anything.
I don't know if there are any rooftops.
And everybody forgot about Bree.
There's at least a tree or something. There's somewhere where you can get some altitude. A tree, a power pole, something where you can leap up and grab onto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
as
your
long as up
standpoint-
there, he can-
From your standpoint, up high in the tree, in the light pole, whatever. You see the car. You see Samuel running up to it. You see this other vehicle has stopped. You recognize it as one of the ones that were with y'all. You see Bruce and Anya both hop out. They've got little AKs, or not AKs, ARs.
There's nothing little about an AR.
And there's
From where
no
he's
way
at,
for-
it looks like they're little guns held by little ants.
pretty much.
But you're right, AR may not be the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of something. Ah, well, it doesn't matter.
It's a
Got
rifle.
neighbor-
Yeah, it's one of those kind of smaller rifles the military uses. Son,
Yeah.
Oh God. What,
I'm
the
not enough of a gun
R15s?
guy. But
These two rolling up in an M1 Abrams like, what up?
Let's get out of the trunk.
no, it's an
didn't
SUV.
see-
It's like a civilian Humvee or something.
He didn't see which way Eddie went, did he?
No. And you see them, and they're side by side. They're both kind of maintaining, their zone. And they get to the car about the time Samuel tops the hill and gets to the car. You top the hill, you see Anya kind of come up, and, immediately recognize who you are and drop it back down.
Bruce, Anya.
Uh,
He's on fire.
are you okay?
I'm fine. There's still a battle down there. Blackjack and the Prince are involved. And then if you feel like helping, get on that. And then he's straight for Jolene.
You open the door, she just kind of flops out
Yeah, and he's
into your
just,
fire-covered hands.
which he's controlling.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna
Just
pull
dead fish.
he's pulling the stake out.
Now it
Just really
hurts.
talk is-
Oh, by the way, when
Invisible.
you
That
took the stake, you took 5 points of damage.
way.
It's technically superficial, so I guess you'd half that. As far as permanent damage, you've still got.
Oh. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine.
How much health do you have?
We're rounding up or rounding down with 5.
Round in the favor of the players.
Okay, so I have like 1 point of like full health left, and then we're just going into aggravated.
Now, don't forget, while you've got potence, you've got extra health levels.
That's fortitude.
That's fortitude.
That's 40.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That's
fortitude.
right. My bad.
Potence is strength.
That's right.
Yeah.
Potence is the ability to punch shit.
Yeah.
Blackjack style.
And what's finesse? Protein?
Guardian?
Protein?
Protean's what you've got. That's
Yeah.
the shape-shifting and the claws and all.
Which I think could go either way for dex or strength. Yeah, once he pulls the stake out and she's like, fuck, he's just one big hug.
Ow, 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 ow.
You'll
Betty,
live.
that way, invisible, go.
And he'll let her go and he'll just get up and he'll look down as the fight's still raging, and that he can see with his enhanced senses.
The fight with the Baali seems to be over.
Seems to be over.
Now there's people lining up kind of tensely across from each other. The prince. You got May, who has picked up her bandana and put it back on. What did I say?
I thought you said Maeve.
Oh, I said
I think
May.
we're getting ready again.
That's the worst when her name is so
Hey!
Yeah.
It's a rate of 10!
Huzzah!
Just means we gotta keep going.
Yep, means we gotta keep going. Let's do it.
And I have a few more minutes worth of stuff, so that's all right. So the prince is lining up, one side of the original combatants you saw were down. May and her kind of bruiser squad is kind of lined up on one side. The prince is on the other. Blackjack, you're kind of on the prince's side, just,
Can Jolene hobble?
Yeah, you've got whatever health levels you've got, but you're up and mobile again.
She's gonna hobble herself down there, like she helped. She's the one that found the group of thin bloods from the hotel.
The prince nods. So Blackjack was telling me. At least I assume Blackjack would mention that.
Yes.
Would they know? Because Maeve and Jolene just went to pick them up before the meeting.
No, because I put the text.
Oh,
It's the
That's
hippie.
right.
Right,
Oh, it's the
yeah.
hippie. Okay, never mind.
He would know
hippie,
he would
I
not
put
know
that.
to call her May, but he would know as the hippie had helped him out.
Yeah.
She's gonna just continue like hobbling by to go help Bree up.
I'll say Samuel walking with her and on fire and looking pissed.
Oh, if Alexander couldn't have seen Eddie to take a shot at him for running, he would have jumped down to go help Breeberry.
So all of y'all basically group up. Another car has pulled up behind May's car. People have gotten out but are not approaching. They're clearly all armed.
Who are they?
Looks like random folk. As opposed to the ones that are with that were with May, where they all look kind of biker-esque. It's more of a mix of casual clothes. Some people look like maybe they just got off of work, kind of stuff. All of them are armed, though.
Are any of them on fire though?
No. There's a slight glow coming out from under May's bandana, though.
Samuel just gives her a look.
She's focused on the prince. She doesn't even notice you fire and all come up. She's focused on the prince.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
As y'all walk up, she's telling the prince, "You're not in your domain right now." And she gets
Seems
told
bad
that,
enough.
none of them are in theirs either. Y'all are actually in Greenbrier proper at the moment. Which, as far as anybody knows, off the top of their heads, does not actually have... it may have a stray kindred or two, but nobody has declared praxis here. Nobody's in control.
Does anyone own this area here?
The prince shakes his head, no. We are technically outside my domain.
Is that like uncharted territory or uncharted waters was kind of like anything goes, or?
Unclaimed territory, and yes. I mean, masquerade breaches are still frowned on and will be dealt with.
Of course.
But I believe I recognize some of these... You wouldn't call them gentlemen.
Fine, folks.
Some of these people used to be... actually, they used to be part of the domain. Blackjack would have recognized them. I've already said he didn't, so... he tells you, I'm pretty certain these people are from Decatur.
Now that's interesting.
Isn't it, though?
I gotta admit, though, I like her. She's a good fighter.
She's clearly an Anarch. Perhaps she was the one spray painting in our domain.
It's possible. Hey, were you spray painting in the domain?
No, I'm not that into politics. This is a threat. Dealing with the Baali, though, is a threat that should transcend political lines. The two Banu Hakim are kind of laser focused on me. You don't get any sense of aggression off of them. It's just, huh.
There's something you don't see every day.
Mm-hmm.
A unicorn.
And while May seems to be, most of her crew seems to be deferring to May, there is one of the biker types kind of out front next to her. He speaks up. Well, as we're not in the Prince's domain, or the Baron's, it would be, I guess, a masquerade breach to continue brawling. We heard gunfire down y'all's way, so I reckon the police are probably already headed out here. And the Prince kind of nods. Very well. I will allow y'all to leave without further incident. We have reclaimed our people that got adjusted to the van.
Much obliged.
The Prince just looks at you.
Yep, we
And
just
did
lost
we lose?
a feeling.
I believe we lost to Sarah.
Oh no!
She's not usually the
We
one who leaves.
did. Well, it was funny because there was a moment where she literally had just shut her eyes and just stopped moving. And I'm like, wait, she hasn't moved in like 5 minutes.
And I
Discord.
get the feeling a cat happened.
It's very possible.
Oh.
Knocked a cord loose.
Pork chop.
Anyway,
The Prince looks at me and I'm just like, what? I have to show appreciation when people help us out in the battle. I mean, political.
let me do the
aside,
talking, Blackjack.
Of course, sir.
All the bikers kind of go when they hear the name Blackjack. It's the brown nose and Bruja. He's the one that didn't leave. I've heard about him. Which has that lead biker guy kind of looking at his boys. And they quiet back down. Oh, she's back. Okay. But,
He sinks back.
But anyway, I ain't changing the names around.
He actually drops Proton's daunt and everything he has going for him.
Anyway, the Bruja guy's like, we're not after your people. We were about crushing the Baali. Obviously, you could, we're not going to fight you for your people. And then they get into a slight discussion on who gets the Baali that are still laying there. And it's almost like it's going to come to blows, and then May kind of puts her hand on the guy's shoulder and he relents and lets y'all have the Baali. And they proceed to load back up into their cars and drive off. The sheriff, the scourge, everybody else in y'all's initial group meets back up at this point. The sheriff
Sorry about the car.
wants to know what the hell happened to his car.
To be perfectly honest, what happened to it was quick and rash decision due to what we feel like could be possible danger. And he kind of slowly turns to Jolene and then turns back to the sheriff. Unfortunately, she was captured, and there was a grave chance of her not making it back. So we took precautions to make sure it didn't.
You shot up
got,
my
like, a hole in
car
her
and
chest.
set it on fire over a thin blood. He doesn't say that.
Does she still have like a hole in her chest where she was staked? Or in her back?
Well, really, it was just your shirt just kind of poked out where it came through the front. There's a hole in the back of your shirt. And there's a lot of blood right here, so...
I'll say if the sheriff did that, he'd be getting a very slow look from the still on fire Tremere.
No offense. No, he doesn't actually say that.
Of course, do not worry. We'll see what we can do.
And after his initial reaction of, what the hell happened to my car? Yeah, he doesn't seem to be that upset about it. It's probably not so much his car as it was the prince's anyway.
That's like his CDs are in there.
Anyway, so you start trying to load up fairly quickly. You know, there's more stake thin bloods in the back of this SUV. You start throwing the bodies or torpored Baali or potential Baali into the back. Blackjack, give me a quick wits awareness.
It's awareness. Okay. It's that. 2 successes.
It was green. I had to check it.
I did too.
As you're loading them up, you notice you're missing one. The Baali that she had dropped with a touch, which was over closer to her car than where you were fighting at.
Would I see out of the corner of my eye them turning to ash or something?
No, he was just laying there, like everybody else.
Like I would have seen a body, like
But
if
we-
I turn around and regard her.
But when y'all were lining up, y'all were on the opposite side of the SUV. So view of it was blocked while this discussion was going on.
Okay.
So they smuggled one out anyway.
That would seem to be what... Well, Blackjack's a reasonably smart fellow. That's probably what he would assume. It's up to him whether he mentions that to anybody.
You real quickly like count them.
Yeah, when you count them, yeah, you're definitely one short.
Okay. Okay.
So you load everybody up. The sheriff's deputy gets in his car and limps it over to the side of the road into the high grass. We're gonna have to have somebody come by and get this with a, tow truck later. I mean, 3 tires to change. There just ain't no way to do that. So it's a tight fit getting everybody sandwiched into vehicles. And y'all basically follow May's group, with some time. Down till you hit the Mooresville Road and then get back on the highway and head back up into Huntsville proper. let's see. We will wrap here. Next session, a couple weeks will have passed. I haven't decided exactly how many. We'll do a quick flashback to any questioning y'all might be involved in, as far as questioning the prisoners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will move on.
Will we have been able to heal up during that time?
We should be able to.
We beg of you.
Yeah, if it's been a few weeks, even the aggravated, you shouldn't have any trouble. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So typical XP for this week, and 2 additional points for wrapping up kind of one story block, as it were.
Who's the 5 points?
Let's see. Is there anything else I need to mention? No, I think that's everything we need to mention game-wise. But anyway, if you're watching, you can tune in tomorrow, and we will be playing. V will be running her Monster of the Week, Eyes of the Fallen,
Yes.
which me and Deca play in. Thursday is Descendant of Avernus. However you say it. Which is D&D 5th edition, run by Maddie. Nothing on Friday or Saturday yet. And then we will be done for the weekend, be back on Monday with the escorts. And then it'll be us on Tuesday. Again, I've been the GM, or storyteller. Jason, and with me has been Eric playing Samuel, Rap playing Maeve, Duba playing Alexander, Deca playing Blackjack, and Sarah playing Jolene. And I suddenly get this mental image of y'all all driving away with Bree still imprinted in the ground.
No.
No.
Picked up Bree.
You pick up Bree. She's not pleased.
I just picture her and Bree just kind of squished like on either side of the scourge. It's like, this is fine.
She took some significant damage from a car running over her, but it's superficial. And thankfully, she takes damage like a Kendra takes damage, not like a mortal.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all.
Like,
Now that we've established Bree isn't dead or froggered in the middle of the road, we will sign off. See y'all next time. Hope y'all had fun.
See y'all tomorrow. At some point when the thing goes up.
we're just all voguing into them.